the giant Pacific octopus doesn't.
I don't care what the giant Pacific octopus does. Shush! Hello. And greetings, Thingamajig. I think you commented on my first blog. My first blog was not actually my first video. My first video was one called Thoughts, which I did with my friend Ben. Rest in peace. So, anyone who's here yesterday for yesterday's filming, we used up 350 gigs of space for yesterday's filming. So, yeah, keep those donos coming because the Z-Man is running out of hard drive space. So, yeah, every little bit helps, especially with hard drives being priced through the frickin' roof these days. So, yeah, anything you can drop into the pot is appreciated. You'll find the link at the top of the chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. So, thank you muchly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I think that is aligned. Rose has a guest over. We're going to have to get them to be quiet when we start filming. But yes, very cool. I mean, that's why I leave up all the videos, so folks can enjoy the old and the new. Anybody else here today, or is it just the Thing and Z show? One of the earliest you saw, yes. Back when I thought, you know, vlogging was the way to fame and fortune. Well, I guess it still kind of is, but I've since kind of, you know, found my niche. I don't like to pronounce it like I prefer to pronounce it niche, slightly more posh. Anyway, cheers. Okay, I was just about to ask if we had our crazy auto zoom, and yes, we do. Excellent. So, going to be a hey, greetings, Mark Stroiano. Going to be a slightly shorter one today because we're doing a screening over on the Discord. Yes, we're actually going to be watching the first half of the original web series of Kane Pixel's Backrooms. So, kind of just, you know, for fun. So that will be at 9 p.m. Pacific, which means we will be stopping the stream a few minutes before that so I can get everything. I do have everything ready, but, you know, just so I can have a couple minutes to decompress before we jump right into the screening. So if you'd like to join that, everybody is welcome. Just be on our Discord. There you go. So, yeah, so today, they're so loud. Anyway, today the plan is to, well, carry on with the updates. Essentially, we're making good progress. I do have a couple of the shorter ones we did yesterday loaded up into Vegas, and we'll be editing and posting those sometime this week. So look forward to those. I think I'm going to do the video games one. I was quite happy with the video games one, especially the rant at the beginning. So those of you who missed that can look forward to that. And then, why the fuck do people ask me about me? That was like a girlfriend from like literally 30 years ago. No. I don't talk to my exes. So they're all living their own lives independently of me. So, yeah, like, come on. Come on. A little common sense here, people. Anyway, yeah, that was a miserable relationship that ended miserably. Like, I have no desire to keep in touch. So, yeah, no. Anyway, so carrying on with the updates. Just kind of seeing what we got here. So we got a bunch of British stuff, comedy, drama, mystery, a bunch of British sci-fi, a lot of Doctor Who in there, and some other stuff. Got things based on comic books. We got Dune. We got Star Wars. We got fantasy stuff. And just a big old stack of sci-fi. And then that'll wrap up the Blu-ray and DVD updates. We'll actually be done with the Blu-ray and DVD updates. How crazy is that? Actually up to date. Minus the handful that I've held back for the Halloween special. But, yeah. Been there, don't blame you. Well, yeah, I don't know why people ask me that. Are you just trolling? Okay, great. You got me. Anyway. And then after that, we've just got graphic novels left. Got a stack of omnibuses or omnibuy, and a stack of epic collections and other collected editions. I did a rough count last night. I was kind of curious, like, how close are we actually getting to being actually up to date? And it looks like probably about 7 or 8 for the graphic novels, if I do some of them as like mega updates, like what we've been doing, like just do a big stack of them. I think that's the easiest way to get through them all. It's not necessarily going to be the easiest to edit. But because you know how I like to do the graphic, like those collected editions, I like to put up the covers of everything that's in it. And if we're doing like 10 of them, that's a lot of covers I gotta find. I've already found some of them, and I do have some sources for them, so they're not like super difficult to find. It's just that there's a lot of them, you know. Oh well, that's okay. It makes for a better video, right? Anyway, so that'll be the last thing we do. So we want to get all of these last few stacks of Blu-rays and DVDs done, and 4Ks, and then we can do the graphic novels, and then they're done. And then I'll just kind of edit everything and, you know, piecemeal them out over the next little while we're finishing up the all the editing of everything. So, yeah. I'm doing a video about the German film magazine about everything sci-fi, horror, fantasy, and anime called Movie Star. And later on, Europe's biggest film magazine, Cinema. Yeah, go for it, dude. Do whatever you want. It's your channel. It's your decision. It's your content. More power to you. So no response? You just asked that question and ran away? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why people gotta be like that? Just wasting time. Anyway. You're a bit shy though? Well, I can't help you with that. That has to come from within you. I can say, like, picture all your audience in their underwear, but you can't see your audience when you're on YouTube. It's just you and the camera. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the best way to get over being shy about such things is to simply do it. Just do it. Like Shia LaBeouf said, just do it! And then off you go. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And yeah, and I mean, I find it to be quite rewarding. I mean, you just kind of yak to the camera for a while, piece it all together, toss it up on YouTube, and then sometimes people actually watch the videos and then leave you a nice comment. Sometimes they'll leave you a nasty comment, but whatever. They still watch the video. That comment still counts as engagement, which will further boost your video and get it in front of more people. So maybe they'll thumb it down, thinking that that will hurt your video. Ho ho ho, I showed him, I thumbed it down. I got a few hate watchers that do that. But that does nothing. The thumbs don't mean anything. They mean nothing. There's one metric and one metric only, and that is engagement. You watch a video, that's engagement. You leave a thumb up or down, doesn't matter, that's engagement. You leave a comment, that's engagement. I respond, that's engagement. I like and love your comment, that's 2 points of engagement. So there you go. Carry on, trolls. You're helping boost my channel to the stratosphere, bitches. My schizophrenia fires. What? Fires again. I hear classical music in the back of the head. A pastoral. Well, at least it's a good piece. Not to make light of your, affliction, of course, but, hey, at least it's just some nice, pleasant classical music and not a voice telling you to kill everybody, you know what I mean? So, kill them all. Don't kill them all. Anyway. Also, I would advise against oversharing and trauma dumping, because some trolls will choose to take that against you, like to use it against you. So just be careful about what you share. You don't know who might be watching. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've occasionally had to police things in my Discord for similar reasons. I mean, we try to keep the bad people out, but yeah, they're sneaky. Sometimes they sneak in under the radar, and we don't catch them until it's too late. But so I always advise against oversharing and trauma dumping, because you don't know who's watching. And also, there may be other people in the community who might find that stuff triggering, you know. So I've had to police that from time to time, and unfortunately, have been painted as the bad guy as a result. But it's like, I got to keep my community safe, I got to look out for my peeps. So, oh wow, very nice. Mark says, I recently discovered Vinegar Syndrome. A Vinegar Syndrome store opened up where I live. Lots of boutique labels. Very nice. Yeah, we don't really get the stores for the boutique labels here. There is one store, Sunrise Records, which is a Canadian chain, and they carry quite a few of the boutique labels, which is nice. And I bought quite a few things from them. But most of the time with the boutiques, I just order directly from their website, like just straight from them, rather than going through Amazon or something. Because A, it directly supports them, and B, is there a B? Oh yeah, B, you usually get bonus goodies by ordering through them that you don't get through the other venues. So yeah, it's always good to support the boutiques. That's why you go incognito. Fair enough. Whatever works for you. Just look out for yourself, and also look out for your community. But the important thing is have fun. There's no point doing it if you're not having fun, right? So we try to have fun here. Speaking of which, those of you over on the Twitch side, as you know, Twitch has the better sort of interaction options. I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of stuff there. I got some tips and tricks from my brother and how he's been doing his streams, and all the various ways the viewers can interact and stuff. So I'm going to be implementing some similar things, but with a Zero Nizerac flavor over on the Twitch side. I don't know what I can do on the YouTube side that's sort of along the same lines. I'm still looking into that. Their options seem kind of limited. I mean, you can drop a super chat if you want to help support the show. That's always appreciated. I know a few regular viewers do that. Even if it's just a couple bucks, doesn't matter. It all helps. All adds up. Help Z get that desperately needed big hard drive. Yeah. basically, over the past couple of years, I've been trying to swap out all my mechanical drives for SSDs for the speed and stability and the fact that they generate less heat. I also have a cloud backup service that I use to preserve my data because I'm tired of losing entire hard drives of stuff. Um, but with all these freaking AI data centers, basically, and sending tech prices through the roof over the past year, I haven't been able to afford to get any more. Like, I got priced out. So, hey, speaking of which, right over my face. That's so huge. Excellent. Thank you, Bradshaw. Appreciate that. Smiling face with sunglasses, indeed. Yes, indeedly doodly. 99. Agent 99 cents. Excellent. So there you go. Thank you for the practical demonstration there, Bradshaw. That was a super chat over on the YouTube, and that helps out. That gets added on to my YouTube payout every month, so very nice. That would be awesome if we could buy foreign Blu-rays in a shop in my vicinity. Gone to Mannheim to shop records and DVDs at Comeback. Oh, my health holds me back. I'm going there since COVID. Oh, yeah, like immunocompromised kind of deal. Yeah. There's a few folks in my community that are similarly afflicted. That sucks. I tend to be a bit of a shut-in just because I like having control over my environment, essentially. And also, there's just not much to do where I am. When I lived down at the south end of the island, there was a lot more to do there, and I was inclined to go out more. But here, there's nothing. And what there is to do, everything's just spread out so far apart, and I don't drive, right? So I either walk or take the bus. Or I used to bike, but my bike got stolen. Got another one. That one got stolen too. So I just gave up. So the nice thing about when I lived down in Victoria at the southern end of the island is everything is fairly close together. It's a good sized downtown area with lots of side streets and stuff and lots of shops and whatnot. There's fairly decent nightlife there, and yeah, so it's not quite as like hustle and bustle as a big city, but it's definitely more hustle and bustle than here. Let me tell you that. So most of my entertainment and activity is confined to my environment here. Another reason why I want to get everything done, organized, make it a little bit more homey, Make it more homey, my homies. Wow, is there literally nobody on Twitch right now? That's so crazy. Usually Twitch is where all the chat's happening, but everybody's on YouTube today. Cool. Enjoying that 4K quality and much higher bitrate. Yeah, I really wish Twitch would kind of get on the ball with that. Neurological disorder, I'm dizzy and tumble from time to time, and I'm confined to go out without a walker. Oh, like it throws your balance off? Yeah. Hey, Raptor! How's it going? Our resident New York news hound and pizza aficionado and crazy for kaiju. Cuckoo for kaiju! Yeah. Am I even going to be able to film? There's so much noise. I don't know. Yeah. I started watching Prime Suspect with Helen Mirren. It was a crime drama series she was in. They would do periodic series that started in 1991. I think the last one was 2006. But 7 series over the course of that period. But, Helen Mirren, famous actress. And, yeah, enjoying it. It's quite good. Very gritty. Written by Linda LaPlante, who was quite a prolific and well-known author of British television drama. Your budget Voltron? Very nice. Is that the one? Is it just Lion Force, or did you get the set that has everything? We just did a rewatch of Voltron over on the Discord recently. We watched all of Lion Force, well, the original 52 episode series, and then we also watched, excuse me, Beast King Go Line concurrently with it. How are Church and Eclipse doing? They are zonked out over there. Church is on the couch and Eclipse is on a chair. I think she's sitting on laying on one of my Dracula capes. So I'll probably have to hit that with a lint roller. Both, but no bonus. Well, yeah, I think I know the set you mean, but it has Fleet of Doom, right? Like it has Lion Force, Vehicle Force, and Fleet of Doom. Oh, it's the German. Never mind, completely different set. Yeah, I keep forgetting you're across the pond in Deutschland. But yeah, very cool. Yeah, I haven't seen that one either, Raptor. Voltron Legendary Defender. I've heard it's great. See, like Voltron, I've said this for a million times. I'll say it again. Voltron and Robotech share some similarities in that they were both basically assembled from otherwise unrelated anime shows to create a larger syndication package for the North American market because the individual series weren't quite long enough. So, they both came out around the same time. Voltron in 1984, Robotech in 1985. So what I don't understand is how come World Events Productions, who did Voltron, has had no problem reviving Voltron multiple times over the years. We had Voltron: The Third Dimension, which was the CG one. We had Lion Force. Was it Lion Force? Voltron Force. That's what it was. Voltron Force, which was kind of a reimagining, reworking. And then we had Legendary Defender. And there's talk of a live-action movie, but that's been rumored for years. Robotech, on the other hand, we got the Shadow Chronicles. They did Robotech the movie and never released it, other than a couple limited showings. They started doing Robotech 2 The Sentinels, which looked great, but then they never finished it, saying that, it's because the Japanese yen collapsed and the exchange rate. I don't buy that. What the fuck are you talking about? There was plenty of other anime coming out at that time. Like, what the hell's the problem? Anyway, there's just been so many attempts to revive Robotech that have failed. They even tried crowdfunding and failed. And then and this is Harmony Gold, and they tied up all the Macross rights for ages, so we couldn't even see all the other Macross shows for no reason. They weren't doing anything with them. They just tied up the rights. And yeah, so I don't know. It's ridiculous. Well, Do You Remember Love is not a special, it's a movie. It's the movie adaptation of the original Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. So it's actually not anything to do with Robotech. It's to do with the original Japanese version of Macross. And then there's Macross 2, Lovers Again, which was a 6-part OVA, also shown as a movie, which was the sequel specifically to Do You Remember Love. Then there was Macross 7, which was a sequel to the original Macross TV series, but had Do You Remember Love in universe as a movie that was a movie adaptation of the actual events that occurred in the first series. So, kind of interesting how they tie everything into each other. But, yeah. There's a lot more Macross than there was ever Robotech. So if you like the first generation of Robotech, you probably want to check out all of the Macross stuff too, because there's quite a lot. Captain Future. Yeah, I have a fan sub of that one. A few episodes of it. I don't know how many episodes they did, but yeah. I recently got... is this it here? Yeah. Recently got Do You Remember Love on 4K. They actually put out a 4K release of it. Quite nice. Unfortunately, kinda DNR'd. Comes with the Blu-ray as well. But this is a Japanese release. However, it has English subtitles somewhere. Of course, all the text is in Japanese here, but I'm like 99.9% sure it has English subtitles. In fact, I'm sure it does, because that's why I got it. Anyway, nice to finally have it on a format other than VHS. Yeah, it's nice. It's expensive. I can't remember what it cost. It was like about $100, I think. It was not cheap, but it's the only way to get it outside of Japan, essentially. Really? I think I heard something about that. A novelization of Return to Silent Hill. Oh. Interesting. Honestly, I don't know that I would ever read it. The movie was alright, but there are a few things that I wasn't crazy about that they changed. So, I don't know. I think we might both have the same reconstruction thingamajig. I got it on, I think it was on archive.org, actually. I also have the original Megazone 2-3 recent Blu-ray edition that came out. This is the entire trilogy. Robotech, the movie, was made from the first one. But yeah, of course, they just put Robotech out on Blu-ray, so presumably there's new high-def masters of all three of the original shows. So the Robotech, the movie, was originally cobbled together from footage from Southern Cross and Megazone 2-3. So Silent Hill, you're talking about the games? Yeah. I mean, there's still some other... I wouldn't write off the rest of them. There's been a lot of Silent Hill games. Part 4 was The Room. It was actually not originally a Silent Hill game. How do I personally rank the Silent Hill movies? It's been a while since I've seen the second one. The first one is number 1, for sure, because it's just a great movie. Probably 1, 3, 2. Maybe put 2 last. But honestly, I liked all 3 of them. You know, I didn't think they were the most perfect adaptations ever, but I thought they had some good moments. I mean, the scene with the nurses, the scene with the nurses in part 2 was amazing, terrifying. I need to rip that one and watch it in 3D. What's going on? No, we're still good. We're still good. Don't make me panic like that, dude. All those nice anime shows. Ah, there we go. Don't make me panic like that, dude. We've been having too many technical problems this week. Just quietly deal with it, and if it's still a problem after you've tried to deal with it yourself, then say something in the chat. Order of operations. If you just come and blurt out, "The stream's frozen!" Then I freak out, and everybody else freaks out, and they get, "Ah!" And it gets really stressful. Is it me? Or is it Raptor? Is it me? Or is it Raptor? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? We just drown, I guess. Lots of nice anime shows. I do enjoy some anime. I was glad I was finally able to pick up a lot of those discotheque titles I've been eyeballing forever. A lot of the classic Super Robot stuff. Been enjoying those. Hey, thanks for the follow, Klaxor. Seems to be lagging. Why did you say that? I mean, there's always going to be some lag that is unavoidable, that is normal and natural. So, YouTube is typically about 30 seconds or more behind real time, so there's nothing I can do about that. I've got like the fastest possible internet connection I can have. Um, yeah, yeah, I can't fix that. That is just a natural part of the stream, and yeah, again, I'm not showing any. It tells me if there's like a network issue, and it's showing everything's clean as a whistle right now. So yeah, yeah. The only way it would be faster is to be in the same room. It's a little bit faster when I'm not multi-streaming, but not by much. Honestly, like it doesn't really make that big of a difference. So yeah. Yeah, the I know when we do the Discord screenings, it's pretty lag free, I think. But then there's not as much for it to stream. It's just like whatever video I'm showing, and then my mic, just commentary, whatever. But proceed with my alternative phytotherapy. What? Your asthma attack music, yeah. Yeah, it does kind of feel like you're drowning when you have one of those, doesn't it? Drowning on dry land. But yes, I've been plugging it since we started, Raptor. But thanks for the reminder. Yeah, 9 p.m. Pacific over on Discord. If you want to throw up the link there, just exclamation mark Discord. I can't do it from here. Yeah, we're gonna be watching the Backrooms, not the movie, but the original web series that the movie's based on. So yeah, if you've never seen it, I mean, you could just go to Kane Pixel's website and watch it your own damn self. But where's the fun in that? Come watch it with us. So we'll be doing that right after the stream. So that's in about 3 hours, I think. Yeah, like exactly 3 hours from now. So be there or don't. I'm not the boss of you. So, which one should we do next? Oh, we got a couple little ones. We got Star Wars. We got Dune. We got comic book movies. We got fantasy. Fantasy! A whole bunch of British stuff. Lots of British. For which I have no room on the shelves. I'm going to have to find more shelf space. Well, the mystery stuff I tend to kind of put into the horror section because I consider a lot of mystery to be horror adjacent, especially the darker stuff. You ever seen any of like Minette Walters' stuff? That is like full on horror. Like it's mystery horror, right? So, yeah. No better way to start your summer ween than some Backrooms, yeah. Are they going to make another The Thing sequel? I've been hearing it. They were talking about it. Supposedly A24 was working on one based on the original novella, like the recently discovered full length version that's longer than the original short story. Who Goes There? The novella was called Frozen Hell, and I heard a few years ago that they were talking about working on like doing an adaptation of that. You know, which technically has never been adapted before. It'd be like a much more faithful adaptation of the original source material, I gather. I've read it. It's quite good. It moves at a good clip, and you can definitely see a lot of the elements that were used in both versions, the 50s version and the 80s version. But neither of those are like full on like one-to-one faithful adaptations of the book. But part of it being there's about 30 pages or more of that was unseen until they discovered the full manuscript. So, but the last I heard about that was a few years ago, and I haven't heard anything since. They were also talking about they were going to do a sequel to the game, The Thing 2. This was years ago, but yeah, it unfortunately that got canceled as well. So, as you guys know, I mean, I've always enjoyed the game, the 2002 game. But we just recently played the remaster. By the way, the rest of that playthrough is going up. It's done. It's finished. It's edited. I'm just kind of waiting until we're ready to unleash all the horror stuff, and then I'm going to put everything up kind of together. Like, not all on the same day, obviously. That would be insane. But, once the horror stuff starts going up, then that's when we'll bring back the horror game videos and everything else. So, yeah, Dune 84 is great. I think that's one of the things I got, the 4K edition, not the big deluxe one because I have some issues with that. Not the one you got, Thingamajig, the one that Arrow put out. But yeah, so I just got the regular standalone version just to have the movie itself upgraded. Raptor says I definitely need more Lynch in the collection, even if it takes me 2 or 3 screenings to understand it. Ha! They're not all that incomprehensible. Some of his later stuff gets pretty surreal, but most of them are pretty straightforward. Like Blue Velvet is pretty straightforward, small town murder mystery. Dune is pretty straightforward if you're already familiar with the story, at least. Yeah, it is hard. It took me a couple tries to get through it, the game. In fact, the original playthrough I did on YouTube back in 2010, thereabouts, 2010, 2011, where I played it on the actual PS2. In fact, I think it was this TV on this rack with that PS2 that's covered in dust underneath there. So it's right there. Recorded on the old Digital 8 camcorders. But, yeah, that was the first time I'd actually managed to yeah. Let's get the lights going. Not that it makes a huge difference, but the Elephant Man, see, that's another one that's fairly accessible. That's probably one of his more mainstream ones. There's one called The Straight Story, which is apparently pretty straightforward as well. I need to do that. Trees, Twin Peaks, yeah. No, not the acrylic block from outer space. But, yeah, I wanted that one, but it was too pricey for me. And then it was gone. So the point became moot. I have all of the different cuts anyway in one form or another. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, Rose and I have been rewatching. Well, rewatch for me, first time watch for her. Twin Peaks. Yeah. Well, The Elephant Man's also based on a true story, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's actually largely thanks to Mel Brooks that David Lynch was given so much freedom on that. He fought tooth and nail for Lynch on that one. Been hearing rumors there's going to be an I Am Legend sequel. Yeah, I think that might still be happening based on the Will Smith one. And what I heard was they will be going with the alternate ending as the canonical ending, which I always thought was a better ending anyway. And Criterion has the Art of Life. Is it the Art of Life or the Art Life? I think it's the Art Life, isn't it? As in living your life through art. Something like that. But yeah, I just want everything Lynch, honestly. My Lynch collection has definitely been decimated over the years. Mainly because I was intending to upgrade everything to Blu-ray, and now, of course, we're getting a lot of stuff in 4K. I just haven't got around to rebuilding it. I mean, I only just recently started rebuilding my Argento collection, which was another one that got decimated. Yeah, so now I got the Argento collection more or less wrangled back in shape. I think I've got everything that I used to have, but in superior editions now. And yes, I might start focusing on Lynch. I did get the Z2A set at least of Twin Peaks. That was a big one for me. I needed to get that one just for the extras alone. I mean, it's such an amazing set of extras on that set. I just wish the box I got it looks fine on the outside, but the inside is just trashed. It was not in like new condition as advertised. Anyway, at least the discs are fine. Oh no, the discs aren't fine because one of the discs was skipping. We were trying to watch the other day. Thank God I have the original Blu-ray set of Twin Peaks, and we were able to watch the episode on that. It's the same discs for the original series. So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to go for a short break, and then let's see about maybe getting some filming done. I'll just have to ask the girls to keep it down. Alright, I'll be back.
Look, I made a burger. It looks weird. It's because of the romaine lettuce having lumps in it. But anyway, it's a cheeseburger. The cheese was on the burger before. I put it should be lettuce, cheese, burger, right? But I put the cheese on the burger, and then I put it together, and then I saw the lettuce sitting there, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot to put the lettuce on. So I put the lettuce on the bottom, so it was like cheeseburger lettuce. Like, how messed up is that? And the patty like kept trying to slide off the lettuce. That's why you don't put the lettuce on the bottom. You put the lettuce on the top. Did anyone play Burger Time? It literally teaches you the layers of a burger. And, well, clearly I didn't play enough Burger Time. Oh my God, can you just pick up the damn pods already?
Good work.
Thank you. This isn't janky at all. Thing, you know? No. Doesn't look like it. Oh. Why were you running so slowly, Jacob?
Should jump down off the thing.
Tough kids locking in.
Really hope you
Right there.
Go on. Oh, he's white. He's white.
He's white.
Yes! Our savior.
Fucking A. Hit the clip button.
Which one?
Next
This
to
one?
the shield.
No.
You're floating away.
I've had way too many Tums today. I think I've had like 3 or 4.
Wow, that's not good.
Yeah.
So I finally got
been-
Squibbly Chef.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
What was that? How do I get out of here? Hello? I heard something down there. So, I am very grateful for all the mulches. And we leveled up again, level 426. Oh my god. LV426, ladies and gentlemen. Well, LVL426, but you get it.
What the hell? Oh, I got the chainsaw. I'm gonna chainsaw.
Should be one more. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, he's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw it.
There you go.
You gotta clip that for me.
Let's see. You find the crunch of popcorn more pleasing to your oral sensors? That's A-U-R-A-L, by the way. Oral, as in hearing, not oral, O-R-A-L, as in speaking. English is fun, isn't it? From each other. And then I dump in all the stir-fry sauce. I just cook everything until it's all done. Good catch, right knuckle. We have a troll, ladies and gentlemen. Stop it. We stressed him out already. Can I help you?
No. You are helpless.
All right. Thanks. Greetings, F-Son. 6275.
6275.
Wow, were that many F-Sons before? Crazy. So I also have a few Argentos, also a few Goblin soundtracks. My favorite non-movie related album, Volo, that came out shortly before they disbanded. Oh, well, there you go. My introduction to Goblin was Dawn of the Dead, the George Romero film, which, you know, Romero and Argento have always had kind of a peripheral connection, mainly through that film. But, yeah, and then, of course, Goblin did the music for not just the Italian cut that Argento did of Dawn of the Dead, but also the main one, the theatrical one that we all know. Why am I out of focus? Hello? Hello? You want to frickin' focus? Focus.
I liked me more.
Why is it not focusing? So annoying. Can we frickin' focus, please? Like, just...
Were you eating some of these onion rings?
Yeah?
Okay.
What? Where else would they have gone?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't touch yours.
I don't know. Is there a distinction between them?
Well, no. It was just if they were what you were starting on, I didn't want to.
I don't care. Have whichever one you want. They're yours, technically. Are we focused now? You're heating things up. Great. What? What are you doing? Weirdo. Anyway. Yeah, that looks a little better.
Is Eclipse still on the chair?
Yes.
I'm gonna kidnap her.
Okay. Your buddy from work is playing that on his Switch. Is he?
I'm stealing you.
Yeah, I haven't even touched it since the new season started. I hate what they've done with it. I'm just waiting for OG to get to the season 2 chapters, because that's, or the season 2, or the chapter 2 seasons rather, because that's really what you know. But I don't know if that's even going to happen now. Like, it just seems like more and more people are leaving. Everyone's pissed off with Epic, just generally, for being a shitty company that's shitty to their employees and shitty to their customers, and you know, partnering with the worst, doing collaborations with the absolute worst people in humanity. So yeah, I canceled my Fortnite crew. Just kind of a big deal, because I've been a member of Fortnite crew literally since it started. And yeah. But they nerfed V-Bucks. You don't get as many V-Bucks from the Battle Pass. You don't get as many V-Bucks when you buy a pack of V-Bucks. They didn't lower the price, just lowered the amount you get for the same amount, which is really shitty. And then they nerfed Fortnite crew. You used to get 1,000 V-Bucks included with your Fortnite crew. Now you get 800. So you used to get 1,500 from the Battle Pass. Now you get 800. They lowered the price of the Battle Pass to 800. So now it's like you can just break even if you don't spend any V-Bucks on anything else. And yeah. You gonna go over there now, Church? You want to check that out? Is that what you're doing? I mean, it's okay, whatever. What have I been up to? You're looking at it. You can look at the archive of streams and see for yourself what I've been up to. Basically filming videos, trying to get all my updates done. We've been chipping away at them for what feels like forever, and we're actually getting close. So yeah, you may have noticed that I've started posting some of them. Originally, they were all going to be posted after the Halloween special, but sorry, seeing where Church is going. I didn't want my feet to get attacked. Yeah. So the usual late-stage capitalism stuff with Fortnite. Yeah, pretty much. The gradual enshittification of everything that we once enjoyed. That's pretty much it, in a nutshell. I'm so tired of this shit. Can the system just collapse already so we can start fresh? Yeah. Neat. Isn't it, though? Yeah. I wish she would wear headphones. Once she gets her food, hopefully she'll. So let's see how long it's going to be. Hello. Stop staring at the cord. It's just the cord.
For my stream deck, please don't attack it. Thank you. It's not going to move, dude. It's good. You're fine. I think the chat is a little delayed on YouTube's end. Well, yeah, there's always a delay on the YouTube side. There's no way I can fix that. I think there's a low latency mode, but then it starts to drop frames and shit, and it's just a mess, so... Yeah, good times. What you doing, church? He's just sitting on the floor. Keeps looking at the cables. As I'm sure you can imagine, I have cables all over the frickin' place because, well, hardwired is the way to go. Problem is, sometimes the kitties like to play with them and chew on them. Yeah. That's why I got the ones with the, what do they call it? Like the threaded covering instead of just the soft rubber covering. They're, less inclined to chew on those. Though for some reason he still chews on the frickin' headphone cables. It drives me nuts. I've had to replace so many. But I did the smart thing. I got headphones that have a detachable cable. So now if one of the cables gets chewed up or whatever, all I have to do is replace the cable, which is like, not even $10 instead of the, $120 headphones. So, yeah. Yeah, but the timing makes it funny. Wow, there is a delay. I said that like a minute ago. Anyway, can't do anything about it. Suffer. Holy shit, Killbot, Killbot, kill. It has been a long time. How you doing, dude? Killbot, Killbot, kill was a stream viewer and everything from a ways back. You were quite regular for a while there. But then I guess life happened. Same. Okay. I don't know what that's in reference to. But I'm glad you agree with whatever it was. Maybe it was the cables. Did you get the same kind of cables for the same reason? Cats nomming on them constantly. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they don't have umpteen toys to play with and scratching posts to maul to their heart's content. I don't know. Cats are weird. We'll just wait for Rose's onion rings to be done. She's heating them up in the toaster oven. We will hear it go ding when it's done. And then, yeah. So unusual. Usually, it's so weird seeing so many people on the YouTube side. Usually, oh, it was the headphones. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's because I had a few that I literally had to replace the whole headphones because they chewed through the cables, and it's like, well, what can I do? The headphones attached, or the cable's attached, and I don't have a soldering gun, so I can't like rip them apart and solder some new headphones in, or some new cables. So, yeah. So I was like, there's got to be one with just a detachable cable, and sure enough, there was. HyperX had one, the HyperX Cloud, I think it's called. Even though it's nothing to do with cloud gaming or anything. Anyway, whatever. They're decent enough headphones, nice bass response, big cans, noise canceling. Yeah, I like that. The only drawback is the sort of faux leather, like the vinyl they use to cover the cushions of the headphones, kind of flakes after a while, and you get little bits stuck on your ear and stuff. It's annoying, but at least I don't have to replace the whole damn headphones anymore, so that's good. put this one back on. Some spooky sounds for the spooky set. Yeah. It's funny, that light looks like it's just massive, but it's not. It's a trick. Forced perspective, because it's closer to you than I am, you see. By a few feet. You're in Tristan's era? Good old Peter Davison, yeah. That's a set I need to pick up, is All Creatures. There's a complete set of them. So, the Bluetooth is nice, yeah. I don't know if those ones, the ones that I have, can do Bluetooth. Yeah, I don't remember. Hey, Tony, how's it going? Well, while we're waiting for things to quiet down so we can do some filming, that's a great time to knock out a bit of that dono goal. Help a brother out. So we can get maybe get a big fat juicy hard drive to put all the footage on that we've been filming. Because I'm rapidly running out of space. 8K videos take up a shit ton of space. Yeah, yesterday's filming alone chewed up about 350 gigs of space. Yeah, so before the stream I was sort of frantically moving things around and shuffling files and stuff, but I'm running out of room to shuffle files to. Oh, there it is. So, take those industrial lights from big box stores from this thing. Yeah, it's not really. It's basically, they're just, my giant hands. So, yeah, they're about this big, actually. Maybe a little big, about that big. But they're cool because I can do, where's the button here? Yeah. You can do colors. And we can do effects. Yeah. It's pretty neat. Ugh. Colin Baker. I don't know why people shit on Colin Baker. I thought he was great. His first season was terrific. Like, there's some great stories in that. I don't know. Also, you know, his Big Finish adventures, the audio adventures, are very beloved by fans. Because the problem was they actually had like a multi-season arc planned for his Doctor, but because of inner politics at the BBC, they weren't able to realize that, and unfortunately he got canned before they could explore that, really. But through the audio adventures, they've finally been able to play that out, the original plan. And it's wonderful. He's a terrific Doctor, great actor, and like one of the nicest guys you could ever possibly want to meet. You know, he loves the fans and he's always been very gracious. But yeah. Oh no. But German dubbing is usually so exciting and energetic, and you know, I would think, you know, German would be a perfect language to dub the Daleks into, you know. It has that bite to it, you know. You could really, really lean into it. But, I don't know. I guess whoever was in charge of the dubbing that day, this didn't quite have the vision for that. Anyway. Alrighty, let's get going here. So yeah, so link at the top of the chat if anyone would like to help support the show a little bit. Donos have been very light this month and starting to panic a little bit because we're into the latter half of the month. So anything that you can drop into the pot is appreciated and helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I can, you know, continue to produce more of this fine programming for you without worrying about stuff. Okay, don't be attacking my feet, please, Church. Like, I can see you in, like, faux relaxed mode there. I know what that means. I'm not falling for it, buddy. Hold on. Just need something I can focus on here. Yeah, that'll do. Whoops. That's not the one we're doing right now, but, okay. Excuse me. Let's put on Paul McGann. Well, yeah, again, audio adventures, dude. Paul McGann has had nearly 20 years of adventures as the Doctor in audio form. So, again, he got screwed with the screen stuff. He was, as you say, he was great, but the story wasn't. Check out the audio adventures. So, you'll be glad you did. Both he and Colin Baker basically finally got their, you know, their dues in audio form. And Paul did come back a couple of times. He came back for the Five-ish Doctors reboot for the 50th anniversary, and also came back for the also for the 50th anniversary in a short as the 8th Doctor. But yeah, I mean, you can thank the involvement of Fox Television for the sort of fiddling with the TV movie because you know, it was ever so slightly Americanized. But nice that Sylvester McCoy at least got a proper send-off. Yes? What? Oh. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Church, I can't play right now, buddy. And I don't want to play with you anyway because you're too fucking rough and you always maul me. Go bug Mummy. I have an onion ring.
Hi, you.
Yeah, give him some attention so he gets it out of his system. It's like being far too hyper around my feet when I'm trying to walk around.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You good? Are we done?
Can Grandpa exist now without threats of violence?
I had a rainbow ice cream that's quite good.
Okay.
Hi.
worried on Friday?
I don't know.
Ow.
You don't want me to give that to them right now anyway.
Ow. I've been following since 2 philosophers. Ah, that's going back a ways. Well, stop watching after David Tennant. Well, I mean, everything's on home video. You can see it all uncut. In its entirety.
I think David Tennant is a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah, well, he was the longest running of all of them. He's
Really?
basically the Tom Baker of the modern era. He also came back not once but twice. And he's doing new audio adventures now too. But I mean, David Tennant was always a Doctor Who fanboy to begin with.
Yeah. Well, he literally married one of the Doctor's daughters.
His Doctor's daughter. Because Peter Davison was the one that he grew up watching.
Is that third or fourth?
5th.
Oh.
So now Peter Davison, his doctor, is his father-in-law, and he married his doctor's daughter. Like, talk about having the ultimate fanboy experience, you know?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They did a short episode together too.
Have you chilled out, buddy? Do you want to come hang with Mom?
The what? Brages?
Church.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Church.
Luke says David Tennant is shits for the... What? Oh, for the birds. Yeah, the thing is, like, I mean, I don't get that. Like, oh, I stopped watching after that episode because blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay. That doesn't mean it was just shit from that point forward, you know? Like, everybody has their favorite eras. Every era has its good and bad parts. And yeah, the breaks scene, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't watched those episodes in ages. I'm not like as intimately familiar with the new series as I am with the classic series. So, yeah. Well, yeah, and there's a lot of good stuff, and that's unfortunate because, quite frankly, Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, was my personal favorite of the new era, so you're missing out by not watching them. And I know a lot of people would agree with me on that. But I mean, everybody has their personal favorites. I know David Tennant is like the big fan favorite and whatnot, but, you know, he's one of many. I mean, there was Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, John Hurt in the 50th anniversary special, Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker, Ncuti Gatwa. They were all great. They were all terrific in the role. They all brought something different to it. But gotten too silly for me. Okay. Well, I can't help you with that. I mean, with, for example, with Peter Capaldi's era, they got very much back to more of a classic style. Multi-part stories with clip. Yeah, but you haven't seen them. So you can't have an opinion on anything you haven't seen, right? Peter Capaldi's era was much more in tune with the classic era. He was an older Doctor. More of the stories were multi-parters with cliffhangers. It was a fine return to form, I thought. I wish he'd stuck around for another season. But, you know, there's, I mean, with any show, especially one that goes on for 60 plus years, there's going to be ebbs and flows. You know, there's going to be periods where it's not as good, and then there's other periods where it's going to be great, you know? So, that's it. So don't do yourself a disservice by writing off what, you know, there could be a new favorite episode in there somewhere that you haven't seen. So, you know, I watch all of it. Absolutely everything. Although I am behind on some of the spin-offs. But the main series, I've seen everything. You know, so, you know. It was good and bad. I thought Matt Smith's era was tremendous fun. His interpretation of the Doctor was at times whimsical and fun and goofy, but at other times, you know, when he gets serious, I mean, you see the Doctor there, that Time Lord that's been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. You see that wisdom of the ages in his eyes, you know. Oh, well, so am I, dude. Like, welcome to the club. If anything, that should make you want to dive deeper into the lore. Well, nothing is perfect, though. That's the thing. That is a simple truth of anything. And, I mean, any show that goes on for that length, it's not going to maintain the same level of quality throughout. It's going to be ups and downs. But, you know, I mean, in my case, I would just keep watching, you know? And sometimes I found, like, certain things that, not necessarily just Doctor Who, just in general, certain things that may not have resonated with me at the time, I'll revisit later and see in a completely different light, having, you know, had more experience, lived some more life, what have you. I'm all for revisiting things. And also, you know, with the autism, well, yeah, it would ruin things because nothing is ever perfect. Like, literally nothing is perfect, ever. So, I mean, I'm a perfectionist with my own videos because that's at least something I have control over, you know, but don't like cheat yourself out of an experience you might actually enjoy because it isn't meeting some literally unattainable level of perfection that nothing could ever possibly reach. You know what I mean? You gotta lower the bar a little bit sometimes. Can't fully enjoy the prequels of Star Wars because that, well, I mean, to be fair, the prequels of Star Wars are full of problems. But there's a lot of good stuff in them too. But, you know, I mean, let's not go down that road. Star Wars is a whole other ball of wax that, you know. But that's another example of, like, a franchise that has its good points and its bad points. And, like, no two fans, I think, are ever going to agree on which parts are the good points and which parts are the bad points. I mean, I'm sure there's fans out there that think Empire Strikes Back is a steaming pile of shit. I mean, it must be horrible going through life being completely wrong about something like that, but they exist. You know. But the thing is, like, and with Star Wars, is there's so much of it in so many different forms of media that if you don't like some of it, you might like other things, you know? Like, you don't necessarily have to like everything in a franchise, especially one of the bigger ones, because, I mean, there's how many different writers, how many different, you know, actors and directors and producers and everything else over the years. I mean, they're not all going to be on the same level. So just pick and choose what you like, you know? I mean, with Star Wars, for me, you know, the prequels are a mixed bag. I love the original trilogy. But, I mean, even when the original trilogy came out, people shat all over Return of the Jedi because of the Ewoks. You know, people shat all over Empire Strikes Back because it ended on a big cliffhanger. You know, like... you just can't please everybody. Just like what you like. Most times a seemingly perfect movie would be lightning about. Well, and that's true too. And then, you know, how many times have we seen, like, a great movie that gets a bunch of lackluster sequels because they're trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle that the first one had. But sometimes, well, a lot of the times actually, the reason that first one was so successful was it was just the right thing at the right time, the right point in the zeitgeist, and you can't duplicate that because, you know, it happened by pure chance in the first place and was probably a good movie too. But, you know, when you have a good movie that also happens to land at exactly the right time and you get that perfect mix of timing and quality, yeah, you can't recapture that. You know, it's going to be what it is. But there's exceptions, you know. Sometimes you get a sequel that's better than the original, like Terminator 2, Aliens. Well, I mean, I like both the Alien movies, the first two, for different reasons, though. They're very different movies. But the second Alien is a very worthy sequel to the first. The second Terminator is a very worthy sequel to the first, you know? Empire Strikes Back is a very worthy sequel to that, yeah. Now they want to make him cool after the fact. Darth Jar Jar. Well, actually, the Darth Jar Jar theory has been floating around since Episode 1 came out. That's nothing new. I've seen some videos that actually break it down with actual scenes from the movie to support the theory. It's got a little more weight to it than you might think. But I think they backpedaled on that because of the fan backlash towards the character. The idea was that the bumbling and so forth was an act to throw suspicion off of him. That wasn't actually him. I thought Kenobi was great. I don't think it didn't break canon at all. What are you talking about? It did not break canon. In fact, they were very careful not to break canon. Anyway, I don't want to get into a big Star Wars discussion. We'll be here all fucking night, and I don't have the time. I just want to get a few videos filmed, and then we're going to go off to the screening, and that's that. Yes. Alright. So we seem to have peace and quiet again. I'm going to go have a quick smoke, and then we're going to try to bang out a couple of videos. Alright, I'll be back.
Got the
Nice.
partner.
Good job. Are you serious? Stuck on the goddamn rock.
Oh, lovely.
Really? Okay.
There we go.
Woo! I was a little concerned there. So, as Rose angrily rants about her man problems in the background, would you like to see what new Blu-rays I got? Ow. Oh. Yes. I think that's a good idea. Oh my god. Okay, that's really catching my much better. It's catching my now I got distracted by the hat and I forget what my is being caught by it because of. I think that made sense.
Because of moi.
Definitely because of you.
You are.
Get health, I guess. Stop annoying the guy. Seeing a guy sneeze. No, no, fuck! Someone kill this person, they're almost dead.
God damn it.
Oh,
Oh, it was so close. Jesus. pretty cool boss music, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I swear I had that person down to like 1 health. I should have checked. I didn't see. Did anybody see? I didn't see.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got the stream deck going something fierce here. I even found out I can mute my mic. Neat, eh? What was that? How do I get out of here? Hello? I heard something down there.
Yeah. That's right. Not messing around here. I got to thinking about Spawn, but not right away.
Oh. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying is nothing you just said actually breaks canon. What you saw in Obi-Wan was something that had never been revealed in the movies before, i.e. the exact moment that Obi-Wan realizes that Anakin is Darth Vader. He didn't know that in Episode 3. He just thought Anakin went bad and died. Yeah, it's good. We got it. So, it's not a matter of opinion. Like, you can't have an opinion when, like, the story exists, you know? Like, it's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of, like, the actual facts of the story. So, but what I was going to say is, Luke here, Razor Wire Reviews, is one of our resident Star Wars canon experts. And I almost always defer to him whenever I have questions about the canonicity of events. And we discussed Obi-Wan at great length when it came out. Because when I saw the initial trailers, I was like, why the fuck is Darth Vader in it? But that was it. So he fought him as Anakin, not as Darth Vader. he still saw him as Anakin. So that was the moment that Anakin revealed to him that he was actually Darth Vader. So that's how he knows in the movies later that they are one and the same, and chose to keep that information from Luke. So it doesn't break canon. So watch it again. Watch it again, and then it's not an opinion though. It's fact, backed up by the story. You can't have an opinion when it comes to facts. Facts are just facts. So watch it again, and then watch episode 3, then watch Obi-Wan, then go straight into episode 4, and you will see there's nothing contradictory there. If anything, it fixes some of the links between them so they make a little more sense now. So, you know. Anyway, short stream, trying to film. Don't be shy with that dono link, guys. Get your name on the crawl at the bottom there. Right there on the bottom. Get your name in lights. Be one of those people that gets a lot of extra attention and thanks, because, you know, we've only got 77 days left on that goal, and we're not even, like, close. Not even at 10% yet. Now in my life, I memorize almost everything. Okay. Well, you're wrong. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, moving on now. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember a lot of obscure details about my life too. I mean, I got also. The only time my memory fails me is when I'm high, and then but that's more the short-term memory. Although it doesn't seem to affect the long-term memory. It's funny, but yeah, it's media literacy and all exactly. Anyway. Oh. Greetings, everyone. Well, is DVD and Blu-ray DVD? Are any DVDs in the mix? Well, not really. Greetings, everyone. Well, it's Blu-ray and 4K update time again here on the Multimedia Chronicles, where things are gonna get a little spicy. Yeah, we're gonna be heading into deepest space, to the desert planet Arrakis, also known as Dune, today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Just quickly do a little thumbnail. We'll do the old spread. Okay. What's going on here? Rockstar shot. Okay. Welcome back. Well, I have been a fan of Dune since first seeing the David Lynch version way back in the day. Although I wouldn't say I was an instant fan. It was 1984, I was 12. Well, I guess maybe 1985 when the VHS came out. I've talked about that before. I did a video way back when about my Dune collection many moons ago. Well, the collection has grown somewhat since then, and I've actually been meaning to do a new overview of all my Dune stuff for a while. We'll get to that eventually, but for now, I thought at the very least I'd show you some of the new stuff I got, some upgrades and some new additions, and of course, the new movies and things like that. So, let's start with, well, the 1984 movie. We'll kind of go chronologically. Picked up the Arrow 4K edition of Dune. This is the original David Lynch movie. And you may be wondering, hey, Z, why didn't you get the big hardbox edition with all the extra goodies? Well, as a matter of principle, that's why. Because there's a bit of a story with this. This is one of those releases that I feel like Arrow really dropped the ball on. And the reason I say that is when they originally put this 4K edition out, and a Blu-ray edition as well of the same content, you know, pre-orders went up, and it was supposed to include a feature-length documentary about the making of the film. But the documentary wasn't ready by the time the release date rolled around. So rather than push it back a little bit to allow time for the documentary to be finished, which had been promised to everybody who placed the pre-orders, they decided to just release it without the documentary. Now, this was not some little dinky featurette. It was like a 2-hour-long behind-the-scenes thing about it. And didn't refund anybody, didn't offer like a partial discount for the, you know, sorry guys, we messed up. Nope, they just wanted to rush out the release to coincide with the release of the first movie, the Denis Villeneuve movie. And yeah, so everybody who pre-ordered it basically got screwed, getting a lesser product than what they were promised. And then to add insult to injury, they ultimately did release the documentary, but only on their streaming service. So you had to be subscribed to their streaming service in order to be able to even see the damn thing. They never offered any kind of physical disc as compensation for everybody who pre-ordered or anything. So yeah, just completely messed up that release. And now, I mean, looking at the extras on here, there's a few... No, there's actually nothing new on here. Oh, no, there's a new audio commentary. 2 new audio commentaries. Everything else is archival. A lot of which, you know, has been available on previous Dune releases, DVD and Blu-ray over the years. So, yeah. So I was in no rush to get the limited edition and pay, you know, collector's prices for it. I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to get the basic-ass, standard, non-limited release simply to have the movie itself in a better transfer. Now, I know there was a German release that came out around the same time that was vastly superior. It was in like this giant like resin box, and it had, for the first time ever, actually, the Alan Smithy cut, the TV version, available in high definition, which is pretty cool. That one hasn't been released over here since the old Steelbook DVD release, which I still have. And I'll show you guys in the whenever we do the big overview of the Dune stuff. And then it also included a fan edit by a user named Spice Diver. And that one takes a lot of the deleted scenes and material from the miniseries version and the movie and rearranges things into slightly, you know, an order, that story order that follows the book a little more closely and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool having like an official release of a fan edit, you know. But that one was only available in Germany. I think it was from the company Plyon, and was prohibitively expensive. So I wasn't going to jump on that one, unfortunately. Just couldn't afford it at the time. So got this just to have the movie itself in better quality. And if you really want to know what all the extras are, there you go. A bunch of stuff from 2003 and 2005, and a couple of new audio commentaries. Honestly, it's such a lackluster release. Yeah. Come on, Arrow. You're better than that. You know, I mean, we sing your praises all the frickin' time. You couldn't have done something a little more, you know, nice to your customer base. It's Dune for frying out loud. Anyway, carrying on. A few years later, we had, of course, the Sci-Fi Channel miniseries version of Dune, which I know a lot of fans are mixed on. I love it, personally, because for the first time, we had a really deep, thorough adaptation of the first book. I mean, that monster was like 5 hours long. It's longer even than the Spice Diver version of the David Lynch film, which is a little under 3 hours. So it was the most thorough adaptation that we'd had of the story ever up to that point. And the problem a lot of people have with it is, of course, it was an early 2000s TV budget, so it's very low budget by comparison to the absolute lushness of the Lynch film. But what it has going for it is more of the story. So Umbrella Entertainment recently put out a big honkin' box set of that as well. Again, just too much, too big. I wouldn't have room to put it anywhere. I just wanted the contents. So they put out this nice, compact Blu-ray set of the original miniseries. And also, this includes Children of Dune. They did do a second miniseries as well that actually adapted the second and third books. So the first part, I guess, adapts Dune Messiah, which is going to be the third Denis Villeneuve movie, by the way. And then they also adapted Children of Dune, which was the third book. So here's the thing with this. The original 2000 miniseries of Dune was, well, there's like 3 different cuts of it. There was the version that John Harrison, the director, submitted to Sci-Fi Channel initially. They rejected that cut and wanted some things trimmed. There was some nudity and some violence they felt would be a little too much for American specialty channel, like at the time, I guess. So it was cut down, and the Sci-Fi Channel version is basically the shortest cut. Then there was the so-called international cut, which was basically the version that he had submitted, and that's the version that you'll see on most of the home video releases. And it restores most of the footage, but there was also a director's cut. This is the definitive cut, as far as I'm concerned, and it has so many additional little character moments and so forth that I feel add a lot to it and make it a much more, solid story and solid adaptation. Unfortunately, this has only ever been re-released once, and that's the version I have in my hands here, and only ever on DVD. It used to have a booklet. I had the original release of it, gave it away as a present, and got this for myself later. It has a pocket for the booklet, but we didn't get the booklet in the re-release. Also, it's much slimmer packaging, and they screwed up the disc labels on some of them. These are the disc labels. These are the disc labels from the original TV version release, and this last disc is the disc label from the director's cut release. Yeah, anyway. This is the best cut by far, and the one the only one I'll ever watch, because as far as I'm concerned, it's definitive. And it's got loads of extras, just loads and loads and loads of extras. Some of the best extras I've ever seen on a release like this. A lot of it not just about Dune, but also about science fiction in general. There's a great panel discussion on here with Octavia Butler, Ray Kurzweil, John Harrison, and Harlan Ellison talking about science fiction, and it's so fascinating. It's great stuff. Highly recommended. So, when Umbrella put their release out, I was overjoyed to see that the special features contain everything that was on the director's cut edition, and according to the information on IMDb, comparing the running times of the various cut, it looked like it was the director's cut. It isn't. It's the international cut again. So there's just no way to get the director's cut other than to track down that old DVD release. And good luck, because it's highly sought after now, because that's the only time it's ever been released. But that said, this is such a beautiful edition. I wanted to get it anyway to at least have most of it upgraded. And Children of Dune, there's only ever been the one cut, so it's nice to at least have that in full high def. And we'll just slide this out here, and you can see there's alternate art underneath, and an absolute ocean of extras. So yeah, as near as I can figure, this does have every single extra that was on that director's cut release. The only thing it doesn't have is the director's cut itself. So it has the international cut, which, you know, is a good length. I think the difference between the international cut and the director's cut is about 6 minutes, and most of that is in the first episode of the miniseries. So yeah, just kind of annoying. Like, can we just have the director's cut in high def, please? So yeah. The other thing was all the effects were done in standard def, so the effects shots are all basically just straight up upscales. No freaking AI upscaling bullshit, don't worry. It's just old style upscales, basically just standard def rendered out in 1080p. But everything else was shot on film, so the all the actual filmed footage looks fantastic on this. So bit of a mixed bag because of the lack of the director's cut. But let me tell you everything that's on this one. We have the making of Dune and the making of Children of Dune. Children of Dune storyboard with audio commentary. Children of Dune visual effects. Cast and crew interviews. Production behind the scenes. Graham Revell reveals featurette. He did the music. Frank Herbert's Dune, the Lure of Spice documentary. Science fiction, science future panel discussion. That's the one I was talking about. Will McNelly on Frank Herbert's Dune featurette. Defining the Messiah featurette. Vittorio Storaro, the Color Wheel featurette. Vittorio Storaro is like one of the finest cinematographers in the history of cinematography. He worked with Dario Argento quite a bit, and really was big on using color to represent different sort of subtextual elements of the journeys of the characters. And in this case, in Dune, he uses it to represent aspects of Paul's journey through, you know, his self-discovery and ultimately essentially becoming a Messiah figure. And it's just fascinating to watch, like to see his philosophy in motion, and really kind of get into the nitty-gritty of how he approaches the use of color in his work. Fantastic. And then Walking and Talking with John Harrison, The Secrets of Frank Herbert's Dune, and Still Galleries. So great stuff. So take this snot glue off of there. And yeah, so, you know, overall it's a great collection, and it's nice to have just a new compilation of all those wonderful extras. But man, I really wish someone would sort out whatever the issue is and give us the director's cut in some form of modern re-release, you know? Anyway, fast forward a few years, we have part 2 of the new movie. I got part 1 a while ago. I actually still need to watch this. This is the only thing Dune I haven't watched yet. No, that's not true. There's one other thing, which is in the pile here, which we'll talk about in a moment. So this, I mean, it needs no introduction. It's the second of Denis Villeneuve's movies. My understanding is there is apparently like a mixed format version that I guess was shown theatrically, the IMAX version, and we don't have that on home video. In fact, Denis himself was surprised. He just assumed that that would be the version they put out on home media, but they did not. It's just the, what is it? Did they tell you the aspect ratio? I think it's 235:1. CinemaScope. Does it say on the case? Usually they'll say on the case. It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyway. So here's hoping maybe when the third one comes out, we'll get like an ultimate IMAX Dune collection that has everything in, you know, the mixed aspect ratios and such. And like, I don't understand the reluctance to do that. I mean, plenty of movies have used mixed aspect ratios. Look at Sinners. You guys see Sinners? It's got IMAX all over the place, and switching back and forth between, there's like, I think, several different aspect ratios it switches between. And you don't notice or care. It's just part of the experience because you're so drawn into it, right? So, I don't know. I mean, something like Dune, like, give me the maximum epicness you possibly can with the visuals. If they filmed it in IMAX, I want to see it in friggin' IMAX. At the very least, we give us like a full screen 16:9, which is the way they usually do it, even though technically IMAX is more of a square ratio. But, you know, just come on. Anyway. So quite a nice 4K edition anyway. I do love the matte finish. Very classy. And there we go. And not much to look at inside, just the disc, you know, sort of engraved. Yeah, very cool. So I'll probably rewatch the first. I'll probably just double bill it, rewatch that, and then watch this one. And there we go. So roll on, Dune Messiah. We can see the story of Space Hitler. All right, next up, and I love that they're doing this, because not only are we getting, you know, like a proper big budget, thorough, epic adaptation of the books, well, at least the first couple of them, we're also getting some of the prequel material and side material that Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson have done in the form of Dune Prophecy, which is, I believe, an HBO Max series, or whatever they call it now, which dives into that. So this is based primarily, on material from Sisterhood of Dune, which basically tells the origin story of the Bene Gesserit and how the whole thing with the prophecy about the Kwisatz Haderach and everything else came to be. So it's that whole story, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed this a lot, and just immediately went out and bought the 4K as soon as I watched it. So this is terrific. Yeah, so it takes place 10,000 years before Dune, so it's like right at the dawn of everything. And there's 90 minutes of bonus content here, including featurettes, building worlds. Cast and crew take you behind the scenes for an in-depth look at how they created the many worlds of Dune Prophecy, and 5 extended behind the veil featurettes. I haven't opened this up yet. I did watch it on streaming, but I haven't actually cracked open the 4K yet. But this is great. There is a second season in the works, apparently, so we'll be getting even more of the backstory. So I love that we're getting like the main books adapted as big budget, big screen, mega movies, and then we're getting the prequels adapted as, you know, pretty, you know, equal, I'd say, TV series, but more of a serialized story. And yeah, great stuff. Really enjoying that a lot. Then last, but most certainly not least, we have the Dune that almost was, with Jodorowsky's Dune. Yeah, so this was, Alejandro Jodorowsky in 1975 was looking to adapt Dune. And at that point in time, the books would have still been fairly recent. There would have only been, I guess, the first 3 of them. Frank Herbert actually did the second trilogy of books. What was it? God Emperor of Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House Dune, after the movie came out. So I guess there was all this renewed interest in Dune, so he decided to go back to it. But yeah, so in between that, Alejandro Jodorowsky wanted to do his own Dune, and there was going to be, what was it? Yeah, so let me just read this here too. In 1975, Alejandro Jodorowsky began work on his most ambitious project yet, starring his own 12-year-old son alongside Orson Welles, Mick Jagger, David Carradine, and Salvador Dali, featuring music by Pink Floyd and art by some of the provocative talents of the era, including H.R. Giger and Jean Mobius Giraud. Jodorowsky's adaptation of the classic sci-fi novel Dune was poised to change cinema forever. Through interviews with legends and luminaries, including H.R. Giger, Gary Kurtz, who was the producer on Star Wars Episodes 4 and 5, and Nicholas Winding Refn, who directed Drive, as well as many other things, and an intimate and honest conversation with Jodorowsky, director Frank Pavich's film finally unearths the saga of the greatest movie never made. So, yeah, I've been wanting to check this out for a while because it's just such an interesting curiosity. And I love these types of documentaries as well. There was another one recently about George Romero and how he wanted to make a Resident Evil movie and how that basically fell through. So, similar kind of thing here. The greatest movies that never were. And there we go. So, until this release came out a while ago because it's got the Blu-ray and DVD. So, there you go. And that is it. That is it for the latest additions to the Dune Collezione. So I can finally get caught up on the movie and see the Dune that never was, and that's it. And then revisit the miniseries. Yeah, I have a lot to say about all of them, but we'll probably talk about them more another time. For now, just wanted to show you the new goodies. Alrighty, folks. Well, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara. Itchy toe. Ugh. What is going on? Hey, Scully, how's it going? That's a lot of Dune. Yeah. So wait, at one point down on the TV version, it's only available 16 by 9. Is it like cropped to 16 by 9? Because the TV version should be the same aspect ratio as the theatrical version, 2.35 to 1. The version that I have on DVD, the old Steelbook, is 2.35 to 1. So, because that's how it was shot and intended to be seen, right? So it wasn't shot for TV. But, so the original TV version was shown 4 by 3 and, like, horribly cropped. I mean, you're missing literally half the image, so. It's going, finally able to sit down and relax for what's left of the evening. You, well, trying to get some videos done, trying to scare up some donos, because it's been really light on donos this week. And we need toilet paper. Sitting here in my own filth. No, we still have a little bit left, but yeah, if we can even get just like fucking $10 worth of donos collectively, that would really help a lot. I'm not asking for a fortune here, guys. Yeah, some of the bills came through and dropped me into a negative balance. So huzzah! $10 will pull us out. Anyway, yeah. So if you want the best version of the miniseries, get this if you can find it, because it's good. It's good. It is cropped. You also have it in 4 by 3. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's just make sure no kitties have been drinking my water. You can always tell because there'll be like a single little hair in there, like tiny little hair. But yeah, I like every version of Dune for different reasons.
Scully donated $5. Get that
I
butt
just like
paper,
the story.
my lord.
You know. Hey, thanks, Scully. That might actually do it. Let me just. Oh, for fuck's sake, secure. There. Come on. It takes so fucking long to log in sometimes. Let me see here. If anything, I'm just trying to clear that negative balance. And I have like an hour and a half to clear it. This might be enough. I'm not sure. Come on. I think that clears it. I wasn't over by much, like $12. So that Scully's dono there just put us up to 13 Canadian, so it might be just enough. Like I said, I didn't need much. Just like we just get a few bucks, guys. That's all I'm looking for. Yep, that'll clear it. It'll just take a few minutes to get there. There we go. Yeah, thankfully, I have PayPal set up so I can actually do instant withdrawal. It's just a bit of a fee. It's fees. But this was such a small amount, it was only a fee of like 50 cents. So I was like, I think I can handle that. So. Yeah, we'll see. It seems to say it was too late, but I don't think it was. I think we're okay. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Well, if that payment bounces, it'll then be in there to, whatever. You don't need to hear about all my woes. Just annoying. It's just annoying when you get like, get that butt paper, my lord. Thank you. Hold on, let me just replay the message. What? Jurgen Prochnow didn't dub himself? That seems odd. Like, he speaks German natively. He was great, by the way. Loved him as Duke Leto.
Scully donated $5. Get that butt paper, my lord.
My lord. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, basically, if it came down to it, we do have some change that we got for the laundry. And, we can dip into that and get a few rolls from the dollar store. Single ply sandpaper. Good stuff. But he did that's so weird. Like, how inconsistent. Like, maybe the company that did the dubbing of the other one just couldn't afford him. Anyway, I'll be back. I have to piddle. In fact, let me just take a short break. And don't forget, those of you who'll be joining us on Discord a little later will be watching The Backrooms. That's in about an hour and a half. Not the movie, the original web series that the movie is based on. So we'll be watching the first half of it tonight.
Small lacerations to arms, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe blistering to the feet.
Oh, 400 donated $5.
Jesus Christ. Have an incredible Incredible Hulk figurine on my shelf over.
He's coming straight for you, Jill.
Wait.
Can I sprint, please?
I know, it feels so slow.
Oh, he's pulling me. That's why. Oh, fuck. I need to find out. I'm gonna die. He's like right on me. There's
I
nothing.
eliminated myself.
There's nothing. I have no defense. There's nothing I can shoot. There's nothing I can do. The last fucking thing. No!
Jesus. That was dramatic.
All our talk of Darth Vader summoned him. I'm not quite back yet. Okay, I think I got the doors figured out. Okay. Good. Must be a doctor. 5 to midnight. Whoa! What? What? Oh, lovely. Ah! Hello. Hello, not Jason. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the last time they were available. 2006. That's now. That's now. I found the connection, George. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. This was planned from the start, wasn't it? Bastard. Devious, glorious, beautiful bastard. I mean, I'd be down with that too. I don't know, but I mean, honestly, Deadpool kind of goes with everything. So he's like the bacon of the Marvel universe. You know, you can just put Deadpool in anywhere, and he's good. Wolverine is the Canadian bacon of the Marvel universe. It's had a whole different feel to it. Like, you're just watching these old clips. Just the world itself, you know, how... It's so funny. I just did a little panoramic look around right as I said that. Wow. Connected across time.
Because of moi.
Definitely because of you.
You are.
Get health, I guess. Stop annoying the guy. Seeing a guy sneeze. That's insane. Insane. Remember, like, not even that long ago, I was, like, just jizzing all over the place. Because I guess each of us is in first person, but we see everybody else, right? So, but we can just, like, walk right up into someone's brain. Ah! Okay. Hello, Brinsley. Let's see if our eyeballs can touch. I think we're slightly different height.
So I don't mind. It's
Oh,
less
what?
scary than Jar Jar.
No, hold on. No, I'm trying to get into your head. I'm just seeing a tangle of our hair. Oh, hello, eyeball, very close. Ah, you looked right at me. Come to me, eyeball. Eyeball. I see you. these are tricky, eh? Oh, Jesus. Make sure we unmute this time. Hey, Joe400, another $5. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, that's great, guys. Thank you so much. That really, I know it's not much, but, you know, like I say, every little bit helps. It really does. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So on the plus side, next month is looking really good. This month was a bit of a catch-up month for things, and that's why it just kind of sucked up all the money as it came in, essentially. But on the plus side, things are looking up for the rest of summer. So yes, yes, indeed. Your first DVD was Dawn of the Dead by Red Edition from Laser Paradise. Nice. Actually, funny enough, one of my first DVDs was that Dune set I just showed, the specifically the first release of it, of the miniseries, the director's cut. Yeah, I wish I still had that edition of it, because I'm pretty sure the person I gave it to never even watched it. It's like, do you have any idea what you have? But they're dead now, so I guess they never will watch it. Unless they have physical media in the afterlife. We don't know. On that depressing note, let's see, what's next? What do we got here? What can we do? Oh, this is quite a stack. Let me see what all is in this. I've got a huge stack of sci-fi stuff next to me here. Yeah, all of that, and we got these, and oh, hey, we were literally talking about this yesterday. Iceman. Yeah, I know there's more info. I'm not reading all that, dude. I don't have time. It's too much. Yeah. Brian Tyler's score for Children of Dune. Are you talking about the miniseries? Well, I guess you must be, because it's the only one that exists currently. My only frame of reference, I've never seen any of the shows of... Oh, you've heard the music, but you haven't seen the shows? Oh, okay. You should check them out sometime. They're good. They're good. We did a screening a while back of the director's cut version. It runs like a full 5 hours. It's huge. And I usually end up watching all of it because I just love it so much. YouTube chatters get used to it. I know. No, it's fine. I mean, I appreciate the interaction and such, but I mean, I got to be realistic too. Like, I'm not going to get anything done if I just keep chit-chatting all day, right? So, you guys want videos? You gotta let me make the videos. You want to say you want to watch me make the videos? We're making the videos, but you gotta let me make the videos, right? So, videos. I think is there an umbrella in here? I don't know if there is any umbrella in this particular stack. Let me see. I'm just trying to see what all is in here. There's like so much stuff. I kind of want to reorganize a little bit, and maybe we'll do like a big freaking sci-fi update. Let me get this one out of the way. Is there? Oh, there is. Actually, there is a couple of umbrellas, but I'm going to, or there is one, but I want to kind of do that as its own update. So, let's see what we got here. We got movies. We got TV shows. So let's put our TV shows together, I think. Is that it for TV shows? That is it for TV shows. Okay. And let's see, what are these ones here? We got I got some Arrow. Got some Arrow stuff, and some studio releases. Oh, actually, there's one from Umbrella, not one of the big box sets. No, there's two. There's two from Umbrella here. And then Vinegar Syndrome, and yeah, some good stuff. So let's see. So we'll set the TV series aside to do that, and then this will be like. Do I have other upgrades? I have some that are like upgrades. That's an upgrade. These are upgrades. This is an upgrade. yeah, put that with the upgrades, I think. And then, these, so do some upgrades and some TV shows. And can you see what that? Yeah, you can see what those are. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret. What else? We got that one. Any other time travel stuff? Well, actually, this is kind of peripherally time travel. Cyberpunky stuff. That's not really cyberpunk, but it's cyberpunk adjacent because it's technically supposed to take place in the Blade Runner universe. Luke will know which one I'm talking about without even telling you the title. So yeah, so we'll go with that, I think. A little cyberpunk section. And then we got yeah, some sort of post-apocalyptic stuff. That's kind of post-apocalyptic. That's maybe we'll just start with that one. That's a good one. There. And there. It would be nice to get this stack done because there's just so much in it, right? So, let's see if we move these over here, maybe. And then we put this over here. Ugh. I think I have the angle now where you can't see the table, so that's good. And then this one is quite nice indeed from Fabulous Films. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we could do that, the sci-fi. Is it just these two? Yeah, so it's these two stacks here. And then I have a little section of fantasy stuff as well, which some of it is kind of peripherally sci-fi related, so yeah. Good stuff. Speaking of screening, 1.5 hours until the back room screening in the Discord. Oh, I know. I've been like hyping it up through the whole thing. Yeah, HS says, "Let Z cook." That's right. Let him cook. Wait, is that Blade Runner show that I've been hearing? What? No, that's not what. No, I wish. I think that's still in the works. So, yeah. No, that doesn't exist yet. Although I do have a Blade Runner update coming up. I'll just say I got all the comic books, the comics they've been doing, which are fucking great, by the way. Highly recommended. So I got a whole stack of those to go through. We'll be covering those in its own update when we get to the graphic novels. So I'm wanting to get through all these Blu-rays and stuff so we can get to the graphic novels because that's the last of the updates. We'll finally be up to date. Oh my God, we're so close. We're so close. So I just have to edit everything. It never ends. Well, that's okay. On the plus side, that means you got a shit ton of videos to look forward to. And the updates we've been filming, the plan is basically to kind of be posting them willy-nilly over the next few weeks while I finish up all the horror stuff, which we've been working on for literally a year, and then can finally unleash all of that on the world. So this consider all of this like just kind of whetting your appetites while I finish up all the big stuff in the background. So, yeah. Michelle Yeoh is in that, really? Very nice. So as far as we know, that series is still happening, right? The Blade Runner series. I think we just saw some news about it recently, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe even posted by you, Raptor. But, yeah. No, definitely looking forward to that. Always down for more Blade Runner. And I love the fact that all of the Blade Runner stuff we've been getting is good. And actually has very nicely expanded on that universe. Unlike the frickin' K.W. Jeter novels that came out in the 90s, the less said about those, the better. I don't own them. I have no desire to own them. I'm good. the sequels and prequels and sidequels that we've been getting, like Blade Runner 2049, the shorts that tied into that, the anime series. If you guys saw that, Black Lotus, oh, that was so good. There's a comic that ties into that too. And the thing is, all of this is apparently canon. So it's like it's one of those like multimedia franchise things, and I love it. We were supposed to get a video game, so there was like a new video game in the works, but I think that got canceled. But yeah, so it's great. Because for a long time, I mean, Blade Runner fans were starved for new content. All we had was the movie and, of course, the original book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which I've read a few times. I love the book; it's great. But there was nothing else, you know, and I always felt like there was further room to explore. One of the things I got in this stack here was an early attempt to explore more of that world in a sort of unofficial capacity. But yeah, we got different cuts. We got like the director's cut and the final cut, but yeah. Yeah, that's very true, Calatin, yeah. Well, there was a Blade Runner video game, the old FMV one, the like graphic adventure point and click one. That one was really good. And unfortunately the remaster we got was awful. It was so broken. And I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that, but yeah, so I just stick with the original on that. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, the Westwood game. It's great. It was so good. And it has cameo. It's like a side story that runs parallel to the movie, following another Blade Runner and some other stuff going on. And it actually has cameos from a bunch of the actors in the movie. Like Brian James, Leon shows up at one point. You know, I think it has, what's his face in it? Chen, what was it? James Hong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in it as well. There's a bunch of them just show up in, often cameos, but it's still nice to have those connections. And it's just a shame that it was kind of limited by the technology of the time. We couldn't, you know, nowadays it would be all high def and, as Kralatin says, probably like open world and stuff like that. So, man, that'd be amazing to have like an open world Blade Runner to run around in. Ugh, it's fantastic. The director's cut dub was used for final. They just kind of like, well, I guess it's not like a huge difference, but still. Oh, James Hong is amazing. He's like one of the all-time great character actors. Love him. You always know you're in for a treat whenever he shows up in something, even if the rest of the movie sucks. You know he'll be good in it. We all remember him from Big Trouble in Little China, of course, as Lo Pan. I mean, he was great, and obviously having an absolute blast in that role. It was great to see him in a more like a meatier role, not just a little, you know, one-off cameo or something, or single scene as he often would get. But yeah, love James Hong. All right, how much can we knock out in the next hour and a bit? We don't want to be late for the screening. Yeah. If one of the mods wants to toss up the Discord link for anybody who needs it, if anybody wants to. That's right, he was in the Chinese restaurant episode of Seinfeld. Yes, that's very true. Classic episode. And Ella Schultz, the man who did the dubs for Star Wars, did the original. Interesting. You definitely have done your homework with regards to the dubs. That's cool. All right. Sci-fi. Here we go, folks. This is going to be a long one. This might be the entire hour. All right. Favorite Asian actor, that voice and his dub voice, just as good. Let's GTE to it. Yeah. Here we og. Go. Whoa, what the fuck? Sorry. Didn't mean to give you all nightmares there. Serious business is serious. Greetings, everyone. Well, not a big, long-winded intro this time because we got a ton of stuff to cover. As you will all know, I am a huge sci-fi nerd, and well, it's time for a sci-fi update. Got Blu-ray, we got 4K, and do we have any DVDs? I don't think we have any DVDs in the mix. So Blu-ray and 4K, sci-fi update. Let's get to it today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. All right. Not wasting any time. Here we go. Go, go, go. All right. Calm down. First up, we got a beautiful new 4K edition of John Carpenter's debut film, Dark Star. Yeah, which is basically a sci-fi comedy. This was sort of, might have been my very first exposure to sci-fi comedy, but I remember also there's a lot of instances of John Carpenter's signature suspense in it. So I forget how old I was when I first saw this. Like, not very old, like 12, I think. So it would have been around the same time that I had seen The Thing for the first time. And while a lot of the, suspense and whatnot in this is played for laughs, such as the, if you know, the beach ball alien, there is some genuine suspense in those scenes as well, which as a 12-year-old lad who was still kind of, not quite jaded, as it were, kept me on the edge of my seat. And I kind of talked my way through it, much to the annoyance of my dad, who was trying to watch the film with me. Anyway, I have not seen this since the glory days of VHS, and I've been wanting to pick up a nice edition of it for ages. So this edition was put out recently by Fabulous Films. Unfortunately, got a little crunched in the mail. It is kind of a flimsy box. We're not looking at, big sturdy hard boxes like you get from Arrow or Umbrella. But I think it more than makes up for it in content. So let's see what we got here. So there's the back. And show you the keep case here. First, do we have a reversible cover? I haven't actually checked. It is not a reversible cover. Okay, so front, basically the same as the box. And the back. So great to actually not only have this in a vast upgrade over VHS, but to have it in 4K. So definitely looking forward to that. The Blu-ray is region B locked, by the way, but the 4K is, of course, region free. There you go. So, if you don't have region free capability or are not in region B land, I guess you can watch the movie, but you won't be able to watch all the extras. So let's see what we have here. So, we have a booklet. We actually have several booklets. We'll look at all of them in a moment here with all kinds of stuff about the film. But, yeah, I remember seeing this and thinking, like, even for, it's fairly low budget, as many of Carpenter's early films were. When did this originally come out? Was 1974, so 4 years before Halloween put him on the map for the world, And there we go. There's the beach ball alien. But, yeah, there we go. Oh, and look at that, strapping young John Carpenter. Check it out. Yeah. Cut your hair, you hippie. Yeah, great stuff. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what the movie's about, let me just read the back here to you real quick, and then we'll continue going through the extras. So, John Carpenter's pulp science fiction classic. This brilliantly clever and funny parody of Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, one of my all-time favorite sci-fi movies, follows a warped intergalactic mission to blow up unstable planets. 4 bored astronauts fill in time between missions, catching up on their tans with the help of a sun lamp, playing with a suspiciously plastic-looking alien mascot they are taking back to Earth, and conversing with their female version of Hal. Things start to go horribly wrong when the spaceship computer misfires and a smart bomb thinks it is God. This all-new definitive 4K restoration was meticulously created from the original 35mm film elements. The film was shot originally as 16mm, then blown up to 35mm for theatrical distribution. This new 4K master has undergone a complete color grading pass and a meticulous digital restoration. The result is the most accurate and detailed presentation of this science fiction classic to date. Yeah, it's hilarious and fun, and, maybe watch it as a companion piece to 2001: A Space Odyssey, because there's a lot of parallels there. So special features, quite a lot. Let There Be Light, The Odyssey of Darkstar, a feature-length documentary exploring the making of Darkstar, featuring exclusive interviews with actor Brian Norell, who plays Lieutenant Doolittle, cinematographer Doug Knapp, art director Tommy Lee Wallace, visual effects artist Greg Jane, voice artist Cookie Knapp, producer Jack Harris, and USC alumni Jeff Burr. Also includes archival interviews with John Carpenter and the final recorded interview with Dan O'Bannon, directed by Daniel Griffith in 2010. Booklet, Michael Doyle's essay on Darkstar. Another booklet, Commander Powell's ship log. We'll look at that in a sec. The theatrical trailer, stills gallery, poster gallery, lobby card gallery, cast and crew biographies, trivia, interviews with sci-fi author Alan Dean Foster, who was like the king of movie novelizations back in the 80s. Brian Norell, Lieutenant Doolittle, shares behind-the-scenes stories, a 3D guide to the Darkstar ship, full-length audio commentary by superfan Andrew Gilchrist, written introduction by Dan O'Bannon, 8 reproduction original film lobby cards, reproduction fold-out poster of the 2 original British quad posters, reproduction of original film campaign brochure, includes both the original 71-minute director's cut and the expanded 83-minute theatrical release. So there you go. Not only do you get it in the most pristine quality it's ever been in, but you get 2 cuts of the movie and a butt-ton of extras. Butt-ton. Not button, even though they're spelled the same. Butt-ton. So, we looked at that booklet, and we also have the mission log. There we go. Very cool. I love when they give you extras that are like in-universe extras. I remember, speaking of sci-fi comedy, I remember getting the old Infocom text adventure of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, showing my age here. I still have it. I'll show it to you guys one of these days. And it came with a whole bunch of pack-in goodies in the box that were basically in-universe. So you got like, I'll save that for another time. But I mean, look at this. This is wonderful. Fantastic. I love stuff like this. There we go. Just a nice little addition to, what was it? Bomb 20 armed itself on accident. Yeah. We convinced it to stand down. Now it is questioning the nature of its existence. Doolittle, in a moment of unforgivable stupidity, decided to explain phenomenology to Bomb 20. Bomb 20 is convinced that the only way for it to verify its own existence is to explode. We are, in technical terms, screwed. Do not teach philosophy to smart bombs. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to dive into that. And then we have a whole bunch of stuff that you can also get from Fabulous Films. Hey, that's quite a lot. Did I see the clangers? Oh my God, they have the clangers. Yeah, Doctor Who fans and British viewers will know that one. They have the clangers on Blu-ray. They're basically these alien puppet things that live on the moon. It was a children's show back in the day. the Master in Doctor Who was a huge fan of the clangers, apparently. But, so that's everything that's in the case. There's also a pack-in of stuff. There you go. There we have, holy moly, there's a ton of stuff in here. This might be all about Darkstar. So, we have, holy moly, where do I even begin here? We got the press book. Can we just like pull this out? Yeah, there we go. It'd be easier to do it this way. There you go. So this is a reproduction, I guess, of the original press book sent out to advertise the film. Very cool. We got a poster. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So this is the reproduction of the original UK quad posters. So we got this one. Very nice. Oh yeah, Alan Dean Foster. So he wrote it. He wrote this one, I guess. Very cool. And there we go. Very nice. Like, what a loaded edition, eh? Gotta love it. And then we have lobby cards. Lots and lots of lobby cards. Can I, there we go. Nothing on the back, just blank. So we'll just quickly flip through these here. Oh, this is going to be fun to edit. Anyway, I don't even know what they are. You're seeing them before I am. Oh, there we go. Yeah. This kind of hippies in space vibe, as I recall. But yeah, very funny. And glorious old school practical effects. I really have a soft spot for low budget sci-fi, and when it's low budget sci-fi directed by an absolute master like John Carpenter, well, you know you're in for a treat. I mean, another one of my all-time favorites is Galaxy of Terror by Roger Corman, which features special effects by a young James Cameron, and very cool. Here we go. Very nice. This is great. And that's it. Back to the beginning. So, that is Darkstar. Item number 1 on today's update. I probably should have just done that as a separate closer look, but whatever. Now we don't have to, because we already did it. Hold on. Oh my god. I hate how, like, precise you have to be. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so put all this back into the box. So this will be fun to kind of have on hand and leaf through while watching the movie, you know. There we go. I promise all the rest of them won't take this long. Anyway, who cares? You guys like my long videos anyway, right? So Darkstar, highly recommended, available now from Fabulous Films. Next up, we get into some post-apocalyptic stuff. We have Death Sport, starring David Carradine. Yes, Bill himself, or Kane if you're a Kung Fu fan. And there he is in all his, well, basically like a kind of futuristic Conan kind of thing. Got his loincloth going on. So this was from, from Scream Factory. This was actually a re-release of one of their previously limited edition Blu-rays. They recently re-released a whole bunch of them. So I missed it the first time around, so wanted to grab it this time around. So this one is from 1978. 1,000 years in the future, following the Great Neutron Wars. You guys remember the Great Neutron Wars? The world is divided into desert wastelands and isolated city-states. Lord Zerpola captures the notorious Death Ranger Kaz, David Carradine, to fight to the death in his game, Death Sport. Now Kaz must face his past, fight for his future, and save the city from the war that Lord Zerpola is getting ready to wage. Co-starring with Carradine are Claudia Jennings from The Great Texas Dynamite Chase and Gator Bait, Jesse Vint from Forbidden World, another Roger Corman one, and Macon County Line, and Richard Lynch, the always wonderful Richard Lynch, played so many great baddies from The Sword and the Sorcerer, Bad Dreams. I also remember him from the original Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, good stuff. And then extras, we got audio commentary with co-director Alan Arkush and editor Larry Bach, the theatrical trailer, TV, radio spot, and still gallery. So not a ton of extras, but still nice to have one of those rarities, and I will be adding that to my post-apocalyptic sci-fi section. Next up, we have one from Umbrella, which is basically a bit of a blind buy for me. Well, I guess technically a lot of these are, but this was very much a blind buy. I'd never even heard of this movie before, and it just sounded so wild. I was like, yeah, that sounds like too much fun. I was already buying a bunch of things from them anyway, so what's one more title, right? We have Sons of Steel. Yeah. This is from, when did this come out? What does it say? Usually it says 1988. Yeah, so some 80s sci-fi. So this is part of their Beyond Genres line. So what's this one all about? So I tell this guy with basically his penis bike. Yeah, that should kind of give you an idea where we're going here. An out-of-control world needs an old-fashioned hero. The nuttiest, wildest, most utterly insane science fiction, time-traveling rock opera. Hold on. The nuttiest, wildest, most utterly insane science fiction, time-traveling rock opera, eco-terrorist action film. That alone sold. Australia has ever produced. Sons of Steel is a no-holds-barred kick to the cerebral cortex. Once seen, you'll never be quite the same. World-famous hair metal impresario and eco-warrior Black Alice is imprisoned in a stasis hologram by the dictatorial leaders of Oceania, the corporate entity that now rules what was once Australia. Trapped in endless slumber for eons until he is accidentally freed by two barbarian warriors who patrol a vast wasteland, Black Alice learns that the home he once knew was destroyed by an adrift nuclear sub that floated into Sydney Harbor. Determined to undo the sins of the past, Black Alice must travel back in time to stop evil scientist and corporate stooge Secta from destroying everything and everyone he holds dear. Lovingly restored from original film elements under the supervision of director Gary L. Keedy and complemented by a host of additional extras, this rarely seen gem will knock your socks off, stuff them in your mouth, and hog-tie you in front of your TV. There is no escape from Sons of Steel. And according to voicesfromthebalcony.com, this is one of the most insane, anarchic, and downright mental films I have ever seen. So, special features, we got a feature presentation in the original aspect ratio of 1.85 to 1 in 1080p. Alternate open gate presentation in 1.33 to 1, so that's full frame where it's unmatted, so you see more. The making of Sons of Steel. MTV goes to the Australian premiere. Access all areas. Sons of Steel destroys the movie show. Nightmare, with a K, short film. Fighting for You music video. Parallel Worlds by 2 Up music video. Trailer, limited edition original soundtrack CD. Limited edition Sons of Steel Futures End 48-page booklet. And by the way, even though this is an Umbrella Entertainment Blu-ray release, it is region-free. So if you don't have region-free capability, don't worry, Sons of Steel has you covered. Let's crack this open. I want to see what's in it. I also kind of want to watch it. It sounds like a blast. So, set that aside. Slide it open. Oh, there we go. Alternate cover. And another one of the movie posters there. I don't know why I showed you that as well. And then inside. Oh, yeah. Holy moly. Okay, we got like a big Big book. It feels like a graphic novel, the heft of a graphic novel. I won't show you like every single page, but we'll take a look here. Oh, and actually, yeah, I do like the artwork inside. GLKD. Illustrated excerpt from Book 1 of the Sons of Steel series of novels. Wow, okay. This is like a whole like thing that I didn't even know existed. This is crazy. So this is like, so they have like books, I guess, set in this universe and stuff. Like, I'm totally new to this. I have no idea. I never even knew this existed until I saw the Blu-ray. But very ghoulish. But yeah, and you got like I don't know, is that storyboards or comic panels or no? I don't know. I just like the look of everything. It has that wonderful new book smell. Well, that's really cool. So it's not just like a book of behind the scenes stuff. It's like a full on like you know, a book set in that universe. And then we'll just spin this around here. Just kind of put everything in its place. So here we got the discs and this well, the movie and special features, and then the soundtrack. And then underneath, well, here actually I'll take the insert out so I can show you. So the insert gives you all this information about the soundtrack and the tracks on it and stuff like that. Very cool. Wow. Cool. I mean, I love discovering new stuff like this, especially that, you know, I'm guessing this has a massive fandom out there that is probably now going to leave a bunch of comments like, how could you never have heard of Sons of Steel? It's huge. Well, it's not here. Sometimes things are just huge where they come out, you know? I mean, I imagine this is massive in Australia, but anyway, happy to finally experience it. There we go. Excellent. So, next up, we have the latest chapter in an ongoing saga that had a couple of missteps along the way, but seems to have found its way again. I understand the latest ones have been quite good. We have Predator Badlands on 4K. Yes, very cool. As most of you will know, I did pick up the... nope, you won't know that because that's in the biggest horror update ever. We have Predator Badlands. Yes. Now, I may have picked up the 4K set of the previous movies, but we'll talk about that in another time. In another time, at another time. But anyway, suffice it to say, I'm all caught up on Predator. In terms of the releases, just waiting to see if maybe the animated movie gets a release. We all seem to be just waiting with bated breath for that. But check this out, like beautiful embossed slipcover, which is so rare for like a studio release these days. So it's really nice to see that, and a very nice matte finish. I really like this a lot. Fabulous. And then I think it's just the same artwork underneath. Yeah. So obviously I still have to see this. As you can see, it's still wrapped. But, yeah. But it's nice to see the Predator franchise finally back on track. I've heard that Prey is excellent. I heard this was great. And a lot of people like the animated one as well. So, yeah. Go Predator. Bonus features. We got, let's see. In embodying the Predator, meet the artists as they bring one of the most terrifying creatures to life on screen. Authentic Synthetics. Join Elle Fanning as she describes crafting her two characters. Building the Badlands, uncover how real locations were transformed into a threatening landscape. Deck of the Yautja, see the development of the Yautja's homeworld, spacecraft, and family dynamics. Audio commentary by director Dan Trachtenberg, producer Ben Rosenblatt, director of photography Jeff Cutter, and stunt coordinator Jacob Tamuri. And finally, deleted and previs scenes with audio commentary by the director and filmmakers. Well, that sounds awesome. So Predator fans be eating good right now. And yeah, so next up, This is one that I've been wanting to check out for a while, but again, it just kind of slipped under my radar for ages and ages and ages. From the director of the Resident Evil films, which I know are universally loved. That may be a little bit of sarcasm there. I like him. You guys know I like him, but, you know, whatever. But he did also direct the first Mortal Kombat film, the 90s one, the good one. Yeah. And he also did a little film called Event Horizon, which is one of the greatest sci-fi horrors of all time. So, yeah. As much as you might not like the Resident Evil movies, dude's made some good movies, too. Well, this is another one that he made because apparently he's also a huge Blade Runner fan. Can't fault him there. And this was his attempt to step foot into that universe in kind of sideways fashion, but unofficially. But I know a lot of Blade Runner fans that like to include this alongside Blade Runner as kind of a side story. We are talking about Kurt Russell in Soldier. So basically, think of it like this. We know all about replicants going to off-world colonies to do the manual labor and to be, you know, recruited as soldiers and stuff like that. That's basically what this is. This is about those types of, genetically created humans. In this case, one that's a soldier, basically. So the whole idea is this takes place on one of those off-world colonies. So very cool. It's totally unofficial and technically not canon, but I think we can let it go because apparently it's a really fun movie. So I've never seen it. A lot of people have told me it's definitely worth checking out. A lot of fellow Blade Runner fans have told me it's worth checking out. And, well, Arrow just put out this lovely 4K edition of it, so how could I refuse? And quite nicely loaded with stuff. We'll check out all the contents in a moment. So we have a booklet. Here we go. There's the man himself. Yeah, what is it with Kurt Russell? He looks good with the crew cut, and he looks good with the big shaggy mane. Like, just a good-looking dude all around. You know what I mean? Like, he can just pull off pretty much any look. So yeah. So, like, here, for example, here he is, along with a bunch of the other genetically engineered soldiers, just kind of waiting for his marching orders and stuff like that. So, yeah, very neat. Very neat. And loaded with practical effects as well. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this. But, yeah, there we go. A few shots from the film. And, yeah, anyway, you know, your typical Arrow goodness here. Some good stuff. And, oh, hey, look. Apparently they're putting out Red Sonja. Fantasy update. Coming soon. Stay tuned. That's all I'm saying. If that ain't a big obvious hint. Yeah. Anyway, looking forward to checking out Soldier. Next up, boy, did this get some mixed reviews. I thought it was alright, but I mean, I'm not that hard to please, honestly. I just thought it was a little odd that this was the third in a franchise that, is named after one of the main characters in said franchise, and said character was not in this chapter of said franchise. What else could I be talking about? But Tron Ares. Yeah. So this one I watched pretty much as soon as I got the 4K because I just love me some Tron. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I think Legacy was better, but I do like that this is a proper sequel, and that they tried some different things. I like how they kind of flipped things on its head, where it's like, well, we're always going into the Tron world, but what if the Tron world comes to our world? I mean, come on, seeing light cycles bombing down the sideways, slicing cars in half with their light walls. I mean, that's cool. But I know a lot of people are like, yeah, but Jared Leto. It's like, yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. But, I thought it was okay. I would watch it again. Plus, I mean, the Nine Inch Nails music is freaking awesome. So this one has piles of extras. We got The Journey to Tron Ares. Join cast and crew for an in-depth making-of look at Tron Ares. Light Cycles on the Loose. Check out the most action-packed sequences in the film. So is that just a clip show? The Artistry of Tron Ares. Discover what drives the storytelling in and out of the grid. Cast Conversations. Sit with the cast as they reveal funny and memorable on-set experiences. The Legacy of Tron, catch some Easter eggs and cameos as Tron continues to leave its mark, and deleted scenes. Now, I haven't really dived into the extras on this yet, but I will definitely be doing that at some point. But yeah, I mean, I love that. We hit the half-hour mark. Dark Star used up a big chunk of that. All right, please don't attack me, Church. I'm just doing my thing here. There we go. Sorry, we hit the 30-minute mark again. Yeah, so what I was saying was kind of odd to have a Tron movie without Tron in it. Yeah, Bruce Boxleitner's still around. I'm just saying, he could have like had a cameo or something, or I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was all right. I mean, it wasn't quite the follow-up to Legacy that I think a lot of us were hoping for, especially that Legacy gave us Cillian Murphy as Dillinger's son, set to take over, NCOM and everything. And I would have liked to see some follow-up there, because I would love to see, whenever Cillian Murphy has played a villain, he's really good and really compelling. Like, you remember him as Scarecrow in the Dark Knight trilogy? He was great. I wish they had done a full, movie with him as Scarecrow instead of just basically having him in more or less cameos. But, when I saw him as Dillinger Jr., I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. Like, give us him in the third one as the big bad, but no. Oh, well, I guess 15 years from now we'll get Tron 4, and maybe there'll be something else in there. You know what I actually really wish they would do? Is put out a Blu-ray set of Tron Uprising. The animated series, you guys see that? It's so good. Which basically bridges the gap between the first and second movies. But, see, another case of, side media being canonical to the main movies, right? Anyway, next up, kind of getting into a bit of a cyberpunk thing here. As you notice, we got Soldier, which is kind of sideways related to Blade Runner, which is considered a cyberpunk classic. Tron Ares, which is, it's Tron, it's computers, again, kind of cyberpunky. So now we're going into, just weird cyberpunk territory with Pinocchio 964. Yeah, so this is, how can I even describe this? Well, this one's from 88 Films, and let me just read the back here to you. Pinocchio 964 depicts the nightmarishly surreal adventures of an illegally manufactured sex android found abandoned by his former owner and rescued from the scrap heap by a young woman, Himiko. She begins to tutor him in the ways of the world as if he were her own child, but with his original creators closing in, eager to conceal his existence from the authorities, it is not long before Pinocchio goes completely rogue. The featured debut of filmmaker and industrial musician Shozen Fukui, Rubber's lover, presents a raw, hand-tooled vision that unfolds with a visceral and stomach-churning intensity as a breakneck charge through a brutal and uncaring post-industrial netherworld. 88 Films proudly presents this classic of early 90s Japanese cyberpunk cinema for the very first time on home video in the UK in a new HD scan. And this is number 2646 of 3000. Damn, I almost missed it. That's actually a really high number, isn't it? But I'll just give you a little look-see here. Very nice. This looks wild too. It's do we have yeah, let me just show you the here. So they do this with a lot of Asian releases, is they'll put the obi strip in, and you can have that on the side if you want. But here's the full cover art, which is just awesome. And then there's this cover art, which you might have seen this around. I remember when this was sort of making the rounds a while ago, seeing that image. So, yeah, and then, what do we have here? We have a booklet. Oh, another wraparound cover, actually. There we go. Very nice. And I don't know how explicit this one is, how much I can actually show you. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, no, actually, it's not too bad. So there you go. I think it plays up the sci-fi and the sort of, the action and surrealism aspects of it more than the same. Oh, no, that's a big orgy. Okay, we're just going to flip the page. And there we go. So, yeah, it just sounded kind of wild. So it's sort of like if this is about one of the soldier replicants going rogue, this is about one of the pleasure models going rogue. You see, there's always connections. There's always connections in my updates. I'm gonna put that there. Okay. So anyway, this looks pretty wild, and I look forward to checking it out. Here we go. Very nice release from 88 Films. So, and then the disc art is basically just the poster art on there. So what am I going to do with this Obi strip? Maybe I will... I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might just slip it inside the case, actually. And there we go. Beautiful. Okay. Can we just put this in here? Yeah. Yeah, it actually just slips right in with the box, or with the booklet there. Perfect. There we go. And now we have our un-OB'd cover, so we can see all the artwork there. Very cool. Excellent. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that one. All right, next up we have... This is one I saw basically in theaters when I was a kid, because it just sounded interesting to me. I was very into dinosaurs and prehistoric stuff, and this was kind of right up my alley. I'm pretty sure this is what Encino Man was essentially a parody of, at least concept-wise. We have, Timothy Hutton and John Lone in Iceman. No relation to the X-Man. No, this is basically about, they discover a Neanderthal man frozen in the ice. He thaws out, and lo and behold, he's still alive. So it's all about, trying to study him and, help him figure out what they're going to do with him in, like, modern society, right? So from Fred Schapisi, the director of The Chant of Jimmy Blacksmith, Barbarossa, A Cry in the Dark, and 6 Degrees of Separation, comes an amazing, unforgettable journey of humanity. Timothy Hutton from Ordinary People, John Lone from The Last Emperor, and Lindsay Krause from House of Games star in this suspenseful drama about a team of Arctic researchers who find a 40,000-year-old man frozen in ice and bring him back to life. Anthropologist Stanley Shepard wants to befriend the Iceman and learn about the man's past. Dr. Diane Brady and her surgical team want to discover the secret that will allow man to live in a frozen state. I mean, both valid, honestly. When the Iceman becomes part of their lives, the results are emotionally shattering. Beautifully shot on location in Canada's breathtaking snowy wilderness. Yay, Canada! By Ian Baker, who did Plenty, and Roxanne. Roxanne is one I would love to see get a nice release. That's such a funny movie with Steve Martin and Daryl Hannah. The strong supporting cast includes David Strathairn, Good Night and Good Luck, Danny Glover, Lethal Weapon, of course, Joseph Summer, Witness, that was a great Harrison Ford film, and James Tolkien from Back to the Future. Special features, we got audio commentary by director Fred Schapisi, audio commentary by film historian and critic Peter Tongette, and the theatrical trailer. So yeah, I saw this in theaters, and then I later picked it up on Laserdisc a number of years later, and I just always really enjoyed this movie. It's a great sort of drama with some interesting moral questions and sort of sci-fi adjacent. But yeah, love this one. So, of course, I've hidden the Obi strip away. What extras are on here? So we have a numbered Obi slip, a booklet essay by Mark Player. It also has, it's a DVD. It's a Blu-ray and DVD. So we have, I guess, the PAL DVD, which I assume has the, you know, the speed up. So watch the Blu-ray, you'll see it at the right speed. Let's see, what else? An archival interview with director Shozen Fukui. A new interview with director Shozen Fukui. Okay, so 2 interviews with him. And also several of his short films. We have Jerorisuto from 1986 and Caterpillar from 1989. A new introduction by Stephen Thrower. Teaser trailer. And original and newly commissioned artwork by Lucas Peveril. Excellent. So, yeah, so this one originally came out in 1991. So kind of just as Cyberpunk was really kind of coming into its own, I think. So, very cool. I'm always keen to find more obscure films to add to the Cyberpunk library, especially since Cyberpunk is primarily a literary genre. So, it's nice to see when it spills over into the movies. Yeah, see, I realized I forgot to do the extras, so there. All right, so next up, a while back, you guys might recall, I picked this one up from Umbrella, and I still haven't opened it. We have Time Crimes, which is basically a time travel, you know, murder mystery type thing. This was recommended to me by one of my longtime viewers, Jordan Jackson, who goes by Haji Simpson. This is one of his all-time favorite movies. So as soon as I saw that this got a nice Blu-ray release from Umbrella, I had to pick it up. And just to refresh your memory, we have, I'll just read the back here. So a man on the run from a relentless killer stumbles into a mysterious lab and accidentally triggers a time machine and sends himself back an hour. Suddenly, he finds himself entangled in a nightmarish loop where reality blurs and terror begins. A naked woman, unconscious in the forest. A cloaked stranger with a face covered in bloodied bandages. A disquieting hilltop mansion. And Hector, a man whose curiosity threatens to unravel the very fabric of time. Each of them pieces of an unpredictable jigsaw puzzle where every moment ratchets up the suspense and every twist plunges you deeper into a web of fear, drama, and mind-bending intrigue. Who's the murderer? Who's the victim? In Time Crimes, nothing is as it seems. Prepare for a heart-pounding journey where time is both a trap and the only key to survival. Dive into this riveting tale and question everything you think you know about causality and crime in Nacho Vigolando's unforgettable directorial debut. So this, in terms of extras, we got audio commentary with director Nacho Vigolando, an interview with director Nacho Vigolando, alternate chronological cut. Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like with Memento, how the main version of it is you're kind of seeing everything backwards, but there's a chronological cut that reverses it all, so you can see it all in order. So it's kind of like that. That's pretty cool. The Making of Time Crimes documentary, cast and crew interviews, a makeup featurette, 7:35 de la Mañana, a short film by Nacho Vigolando, and the Time Crimes internet game documentary and trailer. Very nice. Let's crack this open, finally, shall we? I thought I had opened this, actually, but no, I guess I didn't. Obviously. So there we go. Very nice matte finish with spot gloss. There's the thing there. And it looks like we have, yeah, we have a J card, which I assume just comes right off. There we go. Oh, bad things happen all the time. So, with all the raving about this film that I was hearing from Jordan, I thought, you know, I got to check this out. Plus, I do love a good time loop movie. Ever since Groundhog Day, you know what I'm saying? Happy Death Day, another great time loop movie. They're doing a third one, apparently. At last, long last. So there we go. It looks like, is it a reversible cover? Oh, yeah. Umbrella always does this, where they have, so there's this version, which has the ratings stickers on it. But then on the reverse is the clean insert without the rating stickers. So if you just want to have it clean on your shelf, they give you that option, which is quite nice. Very nice. And this one is Region B locked, by the way, just to let you know. I know some of you like to know that because not everyone has region-free capability, sadly. But there we go. So, well, it's because I told you how to hide the rating sticker. They're coming to get me now. So, having picked up Time Crimes, I thought, you know, as a companion to it, I should probably also pick up Time Crimes. Because less than a year after I got picked up this Umbrella edition, Vinegar Syndrome put out their own big edition of Time Crimes in 4K. So I was like, okay, well, I got to get that. Plus, this has like shit tons of extras that the other edition doesn't. So let's crack this one open too, shall we? You're just getting unboxings galore. I'll have to mention that in the title. That's why this one's so long. This is full of unboxings. Here we go. Put that aside. So, nice hardbox edition. And check this out. Spot gloss on the hard box. Very nice. Otherwise all matte. Oh yeah, there we go. So, very pretty. And then the spine there. Fabulous. And then, let's just move this here. Then we also have a slip cover. Very nice. Again with like the spot gloss. And then on the back. And then inside, we have our 4K. And finally, we can see what all the contents are. I don't remember because I bought this a little while ago. But we'll check that out in just a moment. And if we open it up, inside we actually have both the Blu-ray and the 4K. So typically the 4K will be just the movie. Yeah. So the 4K UHD disc contains the 92-minute feature presentation of Time Crimes presented in Dolby Vision HDR and newly scanned and restored from its 35mm DI negative with the following sound options. The original Spanish language in 5.1 surround with newly translated English subtitles, English language 5.1 surround, brand new commentary track with writer, director, actor Nacho Vigalondo, moderated by Justin Liberty from Vinegar Syndrome. Brand new commentary track with writer and podcaster Alexandra West, and an archival commentary track with Nacho Vigalondo, which I think is on the Umbrella set as well. Also included is a Blu-ray disc containing everything on the UHD disc. They usually do this. Plus the following special features. Bigger Than Me, 18 minutes. A brand new interview with Nacho Vigalondo. Rewind, Repeat, Revisit, 13 minutes. A brand new video essay by film scholar Dr. Valeria Villegas Lindvall and MOAR. Alternate chronological edit of Time Crimes, 69 minutes. The feature runs 92 minutes normally. So the chronological cut is considerably shorter for some reason. And the movie's from 2007, in case you're wondering, by the way. Let's see, The Making of Time Crimes, 45 minutes, an archival documentary from 2008. The Makeup of Time Crimes, 6 minutes, an archival feature from 2008. Archival cast and crew interviews, 10 minutes. Footage from Time Crimes promotional internet game, 33 minutes. 7:35 de la Mañana, an Oscar-nominated short film from 2003, directed by Nacho Vigalondo. Spanish trailer, English trailer, reversible sleeve artwork, and newly translated English subtitles. Reversible sleeve artwork, eh? Well, considering we've got that artwork on the hard box, like so. Let's see what we got on the reverse, shall we? Ah, okay, it's the other cover. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let's mix it up a bit. I like to mix it up with the inserts. You know? Thank you for that. All right, so let's put all this back together. And then, of course, we also have a booklet. Very nice square-bound booklet. Cosmic Fools and Pervert Detectives. The Deep Crime Logic of Time Crimes. There we go. I'm not going to flip through everything here because that would take too long, but make it make sense. Temporal mechanics and logic in time crimes. There we go. Very cool. Yeah, no, this looks great. This will be a lot of fun, I think. Mixing time travel and murder mystery and stuff like that. Very cool. Here we go. So double whammy of time crimes. What else? Next up, this one is an upgrade. And of course, we just had a sequel that came out umpteen years later, which I definitely plan to pick up when the home video version comes out. We have Spaceballs, the UHD. Yeah, so at long last, we have Spaceballs in 4K with a whole slew of new extras. This is from Arrow. Yeah, the last version I had of this, well, and still have, is basically an old Blu-ray edition that was sent to me by a viewer a long time ago. And yeah, so I was long overdue for an upgrade. And well, here it is. And we have alternate artwork underneath. You can see I already opened this one up.
Oh, good for you!
And there we go. And if we open it up here, yeah, so we got little information about the presentation in this particular edition. Got our cast list, of course. We got we have Spaceballs, the postcard. And then each one is a different character profile. And there we go. Very nice. Yogurt. He used Yogurt and President Scroob. And I think that's it. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. So put all these back in. What else we got here? Poster, of course. We always have. Oh my god. Okay. More than just a poster, actually. Hold on. I'll show you both sides here. So we have Spaceballs, the poster. And then on the other side, we have the Spaceballs aptitude test. Very nice. Very good. All right. Excellent. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then let's see what all we have. I'm just making a mess of everything here on this particular edition. And I see we got an edition of Hard Boiled coming out. I think that's out already now. But yeah, very cool. That hasn't had a video release in quite some time, I don't think. So that's cool. Put everything else in here. Oh, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was a hard box. Brain fart. What do we got here? So we all know. I mean, this needs no introduction. Everybody knows Spaceballs. It's basically Mel Brooks' parody of primarily Star Wars with some, you know, humorous nods to other sci-fi franchises as well. So he does for Star Wars what he's done previously for Robin Hood and Westerns and, you know, Frankenstein movies and all that stuff. Dracula movies. I guess Dracula one was after this. But anyway, what do we got on here? So we got, let's see, 4K UHD presentation in Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible, original lossless 2.0 stereo audio. I love that Arrow does that because I know there's a lot of audio files out there, probably a lot of you watching really appreciate when the boutique labels include the original audio instead of just some modernized 7.1 Dolby Atmos mix of that originally mono or just stereo film, right? So it's great that they include that. Also, me being primarily a headphones watcher, I really appreciate those stereo mixes. So thank you, Arrow. Got a couple of different ones as well. The original 70mm 6-track mix in DTS HD Master 4.1 surround, so that's pretty cool. Got optional remixed 5.1 DTS HD Master audio surround audio. So like 3 different mixes, 2 of which are based on the original theatrical mixes, which is great. Or just straight up are the original theatrical mixes. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Audio commentary by writer, producer, director, actor Mel Brooks. Spaceballs, the documentary, an in-depth look at the making of the film. Farce Yourself, Spaceballs and the Scroobing of Sci-Fi, a featurette in which Mel Brooks looks back on the making of the film. In Conversation, Mel Brooks and Thomas Meehan, a conversation between the 2 writers about the film's genesis. John Candy, Comic Spirit, a retrospective look at the life and career of the late comedian. Oh, I think just, like, how many actors have there been that are just so universally beloved as John Candy? You know, like he's definitely one of those all-time greats that will always be remembered fondly. Archival behind-the-scenes featurette, storyboard to film comparison, Film Flubs, a humorous look at the film's goofs and continuity errors. Watch Spaceballs in ludicrous speed. So what's that, like 30 seconds long? Moggies and Dinkies Alien Soundtrack. Extracts. Extracts. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. So yeah, Moggies and Dinkies Alien Soundtrack Extracts. That's what it is. Exhibitor trailer with introduction by Mel Brooks. Theatrical and teaser trailers. Spaceballs, the behind the movie photos. Spaceballs, the costume gallery. Spaceballs, the art gallery. Image gallery, reversible sleeve featuring 2 choices of original artwork, and double-sided fold-out poster, and 4 postcard-sized art cards, which of course we looked at. Spaceballs, the postcards. Very nice. Next, we go from sci-fi comedy to, well, another upgrade, but one that I know I'm gonna enjoy. I'm basically treating 4K as an endgame format. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last major physical media format we get with all this push for digital these days, which of course I hate, and I know a lot of you do too. So when I see a movie I like or what have you get a 4K release, and it's a nice 4K release, I tend to, want to get that, and then I'm good. I never have to buy that movie again. So we have the Planet of the Apes trilogy. So this is the recent one. When it was still just a trilogy. Yeah, as far as reboots go, this is how you do a frickin' reboot of a classic franchise. Like, what a great set of movies. I still need to see the 3rd one and the 4th one, but I loved the first 2. So this was a no-brainer for me. Had to get the upgrade. And, yeah, I mean, it's got them all. Let's open it up, shall we, since we're opening everything up. Unboxing time! Because I just cut my nails too, so. Come on. There we go. Now put your back into it. Okay. So, we got our J card here. Whee! Okay. Let's take the snot glue off. Oh, for freedom, for family, for the planet. There you go. Very nice. We'll set that aside. So we have, oh, seriously? You like individually shrink wrapped all of them? Well, I'm not going to do all that opening up right now. So we got this. We got, what do we got for extras on here? Oh, here we are. So once again, much like, is often the case, it's something to do with the limitation of 4K. 4K can't do anything that isn't like below high def resolution or something. So what they tend to do is they'll just put the movie in like super bit format to get the maximum bit rate and just incredible quality on the 4K disc, assuming they haven't messed up the transfer in the first place. I'm looking at you, James Cameron. Anyway, and then they put all the extras on the Blu-ray. So it looks like they've done that with this as well. So so the 4K disc just has the movie, and that's it. The Blu-ray has the movie as well, plus the extras. We got 11 deleted scenes. The genius of Andy Serkis. Well, that's undisputed as far as I'm concerned. The guy's amazing. Scene breakdown, a new generation of apes, breaking motion capture boundaries, the great apes, mythology of the apes, composing the score with Patrick Doyle, audio commentaries by director and writers, and character concept art gallery. So that's the first one. And then we have, that's Rise, and then we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and we just ran out of time again. Close are we? Shit. We're not going to be quite finished in time for 9, but we'll end very abruptly after this update. So then we have Dawn. There we go. Same deal again. Movie on the 4K, extras, and movie on the Blu-ray. So this one we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes in high definition. Journey to Dawn, Andy Serkis, Rediscovering Caesar, Humans and Apes, The Cast of Dawn, The World of Dawn, The Ape Community, Move Like an Ape, an Artist's Medium, Weta and Dawn, so Weta Workshop, The Fight for a New Dawn, deleted scenes with optional audio commentary by Matt Reeves, feature audio commentary by Matt Reeves, and gallery, I'm saying photo gallery. There you go. So that's Dawn. And then finally we have, there's like an insert in here. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a sec. And then we have War for the Planet of the Apes, the Ultimate Collector's Edition. Oh. It's ultimate, folks. There you go. So we have, so this one we got audio commentary by director Matt Reeves, deleted scenes with optional audio commentary by director Matt Reeves, Apes, The Meaning of It All, and more. Well, that seems slightly less ultimate than the others, but I'll take their word for it that there's more on there. So there's that. And then what do we have? We have this insert, which I was actually not expecting because it's a studio release. You never get frickin' inserts of studio releases these days. What do we got here? Oh, wow. It's like a... Okay, hold on. Neat. Okay. They kind of did something like this with the... you guys remember when I showed the 40th anniversary set I have of the original Planet of the Apes franchise? So what we have here is kind of a... looks like a sort of a timeline of events, like key events across the saga. Very cool. Nice. So I mean, you can pause that and look at it if you want, but that's pretty neat. I did not expect that. Anyway, cool. So we'll tear all those open at some point, and I'll just have an Apes week or something and watch all of them. But I've been kind of wanting to rewatch the originals for a while now too, because well, they're great. So. Got to be fully complete, so we got the new one as well, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So I don't know if they're doing more beyond this. I haven't heard anything. I haven't really been keeping up on it, but yeah, this one just came out in 2024, so it's not too old. But yeah, very cool. So they got a new one. So we got, what do we have on this one? Oh, okay. So there's... what is this? So we got... Okay, so the 4K has the theatrical version of the film. And then the Blu-ray actually has a full-length alternate cut called the Raw Cut. Interesting. Inside the Lens, the Raw Cut, a full-length alternative cut. Split screen compares the final cut with an unfinished VFX version. Oh, that'd be interesting. So you get to see like everybody in their mocap suits and stuff. Like, is that what it is? That'd be awesome. With optional audio commentary by Wes Ball, Dan Zimmerman, and Eric Winquist. That's cool. And then Blu-ray bonus extras. You got Inside the Forbidden Zone, Making Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, deleted and extended scenes with audio commentary by Wes Ball. Very cool. Yeah, I love when they just give you that like really in-depth peek behind the curtain, you know, to really see the magic as it happens. That's great. So, yeah. So I'm probably just going to sit down and watch all 4 of those back to back one day. Next up, we only got a couple left, but they are good ones. So you guys may recall a while back I picked up an Australian Blu-ray release of this TV series. Well, unfortunately, one of the discs on that started skipping. Plus, the original, well, I'll get to that in a second. Thank you. We got Buck Rogers in the 25th Century from Kino Lorber. Yeah. So the thing about that Australian set was it was great and all, but the original theatrical version of the movie was only available on a, you know, PAL sped up timing DVD. This has the movie in high def. It also has the TV version of the movie, like the slightly different, more conforms to the TV format version. So it's great to have both of them in high def and no skipping discs. I have taken a skim through this whole set and everything seems to be fine. But yeah, so the movie itself, much like Battlestar Galactica, the original pilot film for Buck Rogers was shown theatrically to help promote the forthcoming show. But it's a little different. Like with Battlestar Galactica, the original pilot was like 3 episodes, like 3 hours long. And then the theatrical version was cut down to a little bit over 2 hours. In this case, both the TV version and the theatrical version are basically the same length and tell essentially the same story. But there are some differences. Like the movie version is a little bit sexier. Like it has a whole different intro sequence that is completely different from the TV version. It's kind of like James Bond, where all the you know, the sexy female stars of the movie are just kind of fawning all over Buck as the titles play and stuff like that. So it's weird. And then I'm sure there's other little differences as well. I haven't really sat down in like a side-by-side comparison or anything. But anyway, it's great to have this version finally in proper high def. And we got some extras on here as well. We got audio commentary by film historians Steve Mitchell and Nathaniel Thompson. A special 9-minute theatrical preview, which I think is something they tagged on originally in the theaters to promote the forthcoming series. 2 radio spots and the theatrical trailer. So there you go. Very cool. So we got that, and then of course we have the series. We got season 1 in its entirety. We've got audio commentaries on 9 episodes by film and TV historian Patrick Jankiewicz, who is the author of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, a TV companion. And there you go. So this is quite nice. It doesn't have anything in the way of inserts, but at least we do have nicer disc art than we usually get on Kino releases, where they usually just kind of have the same thing on them, but like just a plain label. But we actually have some disc art this time, and then we have season 2 as well. So season 2, we have audio commentary for Time of the Hawk by episode by film and TV historian Patrick Jankiewicz, author of Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, a TV companion. An interview with co-star Aaron Gray, and an interview with actor Tom Christopher, who of course played Hawk. There we go. Very nice. Did I forget to show you the back of this one? Here. There you go. Or you're going to be seeing it this way. Hold on, we'll do it this way, left to right. So there you go. Complete episode listing for season 1 and season 2. And all the extras as well. Very cool. And just in case I forgot this too, here's the back of the theatrical movie. And there you go. So great to finally have Buck not only complete, but, you know, with new extras and all kinds of goodies. And it's a very nice box set. So this makes 3 times I've bought Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, because I still have the old DVD edition. Way back when I did a closer look comparing the contents of the 2. And yeah, so now we got a 3rd one.
Never fear.
And if it comes out in 4K, I'll probably buy it again. Next up, last but most certainly not least, one of my all-time favorites from my childhood in 4K, Knight Rider. Oh yeah, the original Knight Rider. I've been watching the shit out of this and having just an absolute blast. I forgot like just how absolutely batshit insane the stunt guys were in this show. It's so much fun. But yeah, so this is the 4K edition that Universal recently put out. It's good, but with a few caveats. There's, of course, the set that I think it was Turbine put out a Blu-ray set of this, German label, a little while ago. And the thing about Turbine was their set was they tried to find the best possible source elements. And there's a couple of big reasons to get that version. First off, they have the 2-hour episodes in their uncut 2-hour format. This only has them in their syndicated 2-part versions, which cut out about 6 or 7 minutes.
We'll all be
for
dead
each of
by
them.
the time you
all the
solve
2-part
this.
stories were originally shown as TV movies, and they were later chopped up into 2 parts for syndication. This only includes the syndication version of the 2-parters. All the other episodes, however, are complete. So, well, actually, I shouldn't say it's the syndication version. It's still the network versions, but it's like the versions that were shown in the first repeat. Well, it was still in its original, like, first run network version, like network season. So, yeah. Which cut out about 6 or 7 minutes to make room for the additional titles and the episode recaps and previews, right? Whereas originally it was just a straight up, like, 96-minute TV movie. The pilot movie is uncut. So the pilot movie is uncut, but all the others are the 2-part versions. However, it does have a couple of interesting things on it that other sets did not, such as behind-the-scenes interviews, which is cool, a commentary with David Hasselhoff. It has the full Knight Rider 2000 movie included. The first time it's been included in a complete set of Knight Rider, to my knowledge, since the DVD set. Maybe the Turbine set has it. The Turbine set probably has it. And then we have Knight Rider Behind the Wheel, which is an all-new 1-hour documentary with cast and crew interviews, revealing the stories behind the bold stunts, cutting-edge tech, and how a talking car and a lone hero captured the imagination of a generation. That is a great documentary. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that and would recommend. So, if you can't get the Turbine set but want the uncut movie versions of the episodes, there were 6 movie-length episodes, by the way. The old Mill Creek set has 5 of the 6 in their original uncut movie versions. So there you go. We have options. But the other reason to get the Turbine set is Season 4 of Knight Rider was actually produced and broadcast in stereo. But for whatever reason, the version of Season 4 that's on this set and on this set uses mono tracks. I've seen this, I don't know how many times, with shows from the 80s where the home video release will get mono for the audio for some reason. Like, I remember picking up Max Headroom on DVD, one of my all-time favorite 80s shows. Talking about cyberpunk, that's like one of the first like cyberpunk TV shows. It's amazing. And scarily prescient. That's a story for another time. But Max Headroom was broadcast in stereo. I remember distinctly watching it when it originally aired. It had like very aggressive stereo mix. I mean, it was a character and a sort of TV world born out of the MTV generation. So it was very focused on the audio design. So when Shout Factory put out their DVD release, I was so disappointed when only the pilot episode was in stereo. All the rest were mono. And I know stereo tracks exist out there because I found them on fan recordings. And they are not like just that fake stereo that some stations would use. No, it's like actual, like very broad, robust, ambient stereo. You can really tell the difference. I've only found like 2 other episodes of the 14 that had the stereo sound. So, with Knight Rider, Season 4 was broadcast in stereo. Turbine tried to get all the stereo tracks, and there was 2 episodes that Universal insisted were not done in stereo, and they didn't have stereo tracks for. So, yeah. So, to date, the only way to get Season 4 in stereo is to get the Turbine set. So, I will likely be getting Knight Rider again. to have... I want my Ultimate Knight Rider, goddammit. So, I mean, I'll have this for the majority of the episodes. And then, I don't know, if I find a way to rip 4K discs and, like, drop in the stereo audio from the turbine, I'll make my own personal ultimate set of Doom. But for now, this is quite nice. But you definitely want at least one of the other sets if you want to have the feature-length versions of the other episodes. So this could so easily have been the Ultimate Knight Rider collection, because visually it looks great. Like, on 4K, it looks amazing. But, it's like just not quite there. Like, it's so close to being the ultimate set, but they just barely missed the mark. Oh well. What can you do, huh? Alrighty, folks. That is it from me to you for now. I'm just going to set all these up so I can do my thumbnail after. There we go. We'll do this. You get a little peek behind the curtain here, too, eh? Alright. Excellent. Alrighty, folks. Hope you enjoyed. I know this was a long haul, but what can I say? I'm a big sci-fi nerd, and I thought, hey, why don't we do some impromptu unboxings and closer looks, and then I don't have to do them later. And I can start watching all this stuff. Alrighty. See you next time, folks. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. And thank you, JL, for all the interruptions. I appreciate that, dude. Even though it will make some of my editing a bit of a pain, but that's okay. All right, now, after I was all insistent that people be there on time for the screening, I'm late for my own screening. So... yes. Well, it's kind of. I mean, it uses the same sound effect. I definitely knew that with the woo 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 woo. You know what I mean? But oh, hold on. But Kit is not actually a Cylon. It's just Universal is saving money on sound effects, I think. That's good. I'm glad to get that one done because that was a big stack, and of course had a million things to say about them, and yeah, good times. Alrighty, folks. Well, I am heading off to Yon Discord, and we're gonna watch some Backrooms, the original web series, and get all scared. Good stuff. So I will see you all probably tomorrow. And we will pick up where we left off, because we still got piles of stuff to do. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. We're definitely making some good progress here. So thanks for all the moral support, guys, and the financial support. Those of you who've been dropping bits and super thanks and donos and all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Alrighty. Well, that is it from me to you for now, folks. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you on the morrow. Until then, oh, thanks, I can fix my hair. There we go. Thanks for watching, and sayonara. And for those of you joining us on the screening, we'll see you there. I think I might just throw a couple pizza pops in the toaster oven real quick, but I'll be there shortly.